and Brad Nortman.
On this Tuesday, Kyle Brust Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. My name is Ben Brust. Alongside me, Cubicle Kyle strikes again. Brad, you see it?
It's really spot on.
What do you mean cute? This is what I used to wear this all the time.
You have never worn such business professional button-downs consistently.
Bro, these shirts are old.
Vanilla
And that's why we
too.
know. Right? They're old, and they're like, the arms are big,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah,
It's
this
literally-
one I'm actually concerned about.
Why?
I must have gotten smaller. I'm looking at my neck in this one. I'm like,
You're swimming in that
It's
shirt.
literally like the shirt you'd
Women.
wear to an internship between your junior and senior year in college.
That's mean.
It's
Shirt
the
ain't
same
that old.
style as when we were in college, too.
Yeah.
The 2010s,
I
early
really
2010s.
I was insecure about my neck. I got my beater on underneath, you know.
I see
but I was
that.
insecure about my neck because, like, usually it was a little bit tighter around the neck. I don't know when the last time I wore it, but I was like, huh.
You're swimming.
But baby girl said, look, and she said, what you dressed like that for today? I said, what you mean, girl? She said, looking all handsome like that. Who you trying to impress? I said, baby, I look good.
Just going to my 9 to 5, hon.
Hey.
Yeah.
Is she ever critical? Is she ever second guess your outfits?
I mean, how could you be critical when your man is
Exactly.
me? Come on,
All
now,
right,
this sexy
enough.
child.
Brad Nortman, longtime
Who needs
NFL punter,
Valentine's chocolate when they got Kyle Wallace?
Super Bowl 50 runner-up. Not as chocolatey as Kyle, exact opposite of Kyle.
White chocolate.
In fact,
White
very,
chocolate's
very
good
white
too.
chocolate.
Yeah.
Very pale and white.
Rocking
sun.
some Bucks gear, holding on for dear life.
I'm just wearing Bucks gear while they're still relevant, boys. They've been relevant for like a decade now. I don't know how much longer they're going to be relevant for.
Running the show is Alex Strofe. UKBA Nation, as always, 800-990-3776. That is the Carbless talk and text line. Less is more. Of course, see our beautiful faces in Kyle's outfit that he could float away in as he's swimming in on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. And, of course, you have the ESPN Wisconsin app. And if you haven't got it, download it. It's so easy to use. What a treat, right? As Brad's talking about the relevancy of the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis and the championships and the great times that we've had. Welcome, new Governor Jimmy Haslam, to opening his mouth about local Wisconsin sports teams that he has ownership in, like the Milwaukee Bucks. This from ESPN Cleveland, asking Jimmy Haslam about our guy, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Take a listen for yourself.
Jason, Giannis is, top 3, top 4 player in the world. He brought Milwaukee its first championship in 50 years, several years ago. And he's a really good person, too. He's no problem. He's a great leader, tries hard. And I think Giannis and the Bucks, and this goes back before we were involved, have always worked closely to see what's best for Giannis and what's best for the Bucks, and we'll continue to do so.
What's best for Giannis and what's best for the Bucks? And did you know that Giannis tries hard? I'm really glad that the governor, Jimmy Haslam's able to see that when he evaluates a top talent in the world. He tries hard. And we're going to do what's best for Giannis and what's best for the Bucks. Kyle, why are you sitting there all mopey?
Yeah, you look displeased.
I heard about this feller Jimmy and his wife D, and I
heard
heard
his wife into it.
Well, because it's Jimmy and D Haslam. Everything is Jimmy and D. I ain't heard D talk, but Jimmy like to run his lips and run his mouth too dang much. And I know he like to run organizations into the ground. And based on the fact that he was asked a question today at a Cleveland Browns press conference for their head coach. This is a Cleveland Browns event. This is not a National Basketball Association event. This is not a Milwaukee Bucks event. Hell, this ain't even in the great state of in Wisconsin. It's somewhere else. And he gets asked about Giannis, and he gives an answer that basically tells everybody that the trade rumors are true. The last thing I wanted to hear today was the owner of the Milwaukee Bucks running his mouth about what's about to happen with the Milwaukee Bucks. I said it yesterday, loose lips sink ships, and Jimmy knows all about sinking ships because it seems like everything he touches outside of that great pilot company that he has for gas stations sinks. They all sink. The Cleveland Browns suck. I'm sure the Columbus Crew suck. And the Milwaukee Bucks are on the verge of sucking because Jimmy Haslam has now touched it. I don't like my owner running his mouth like that. Wes Edens ain't never ran his mouth like that. Mark Lasry, when he was here, never ran his mouth. I don't even know what Jimmy Dinan sounds like, or Jamie Dinan. All of a sudden, Jimmy Haslam been around for, a year and a half, 2 years, and he already talking about, I want to do what's best for Giannis and best for the Bucks. What he should have said was, I'm here for the Cleveland Browns. Bucks right now, we're focused on winning and winning with Giannis, period. That's all he had to say. Instead, he ran his dang mouth, and he let the whole world know we're trading Giannis.
Well,
that's what he said.
Not necessarily before the deadline.
But he let you know that we're trading Giannis. But do the best for Giannis and the best for the Bucks.
Why is this? Why are you acting like this is news for you though? Like,
well, it becomes very real.
News is where you got all these reports coming up from different people. I don't need somebody who is within the organization talking about what is about to happen. I don't need the owner who makes all the decisions, or I shouldn't say makes all the decisions, has a significant say in the decisions.
Makes the decisions.
Talking about what's about to happen. I don't need him doing that. I would prefer him just not say anything and say, hey, listen, I'm here for the Cleveland Browns, but the Bucks back in Milwaukee, man, we love Giannis and we focus on having Giannis as long as possible. Lied to me just like Peter Fagan lied to me 6 months ago.
Good owners don't meddle. They don't. They don't get in front of the microphone and they don't talk. They don't compromise trade discussions or the future of the
Jerry
team.
Jones isn't a good owner?
Jerry Jones ain't won a championship since before Stroke was alive. Let that be understood.
I'm joking.
Yeah, he's joking.
I know.
I mean, you're totally right. Wes Edens didn't do this. Herb Cole didn't do this before that, and he wasn't even good with the Bucks for a quality team. This is not good for multiple reasons. Number one, this is just reflective of who this guy is as an owner. It's a death sentence of sorts for the Milwaukee Bucks. The minute that they accepted Jimmy Haslam to be able to have him make decisions, his track record's horrible, and I have very little hope that they're going to have success under Jimmy Haslam. Here's the other thing. He's talking about the Bucks and Giannis like they're two separate entities.
Yes.
I mean, that's the biggest thing to me is he's talking about, we got Giannis over here, we try to do the best for him. We got the Bucks over here, we try to do the best for him. He's basically already saying this is already divorced. They're already separate. And that just is revealing. And the problem is not only that about Giannis, but what do other teams think when they hear this? They're like, they're going to try to get rid of him. This hurts in negotiations. This hurts in trying to make it a trade that actually works. Nothing good comes from an owner who is getting in front of the microphone and talking about the team whatsoever. In Cleveland, in a different organization's press conference. Kyle, you said it perfectly. The Bucks are focusing winning with Giannis. I'm here for the Browns. That's it. That's like 8 words. He didn't need to go off and say 50 or more than that, like 500.
I guess we're getting a taste of what it's like to be a Cleveland Brown fan.
They live in misery.
My heart rate's high.
Yeah, it should be. Well, if you did not hear what Jimmy Haslam had to say, this from our sister station, ESPN Cleveland, the governor of the Milwaukee Bucks, Jimmy Haslam on Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Bucks.
Jason, Giannis is, top 3, top 4 player in the world. He brought Milwaukee its first championship in 50 years, several years ago. And he's a really good person, too. He's no problem. He's a great leader, tries hard. And I think Giannis and the Bucks, and this goes back to before we were involved, have always worked closely to see what's best for Giannis and what's best for the Bucks, and we'll continue to do so.
He even said he brought Milwaukee their first championship several years ago.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing commenting on the state of the Bucks before you were there? Everybody knows this about Giannis already. This is the classic build-up. Oh, we love Giannis. We love Giannis. Build him up, build him up, build him up. And we're going to do what's best for him and best for the Bucks. We're going to view them as two separate entities.
It was a strange way to continue to opening them out. Everything was fine. Yeah. I was laughing like, he tries hard. Like that. Then he goes, we're going to do what's best for Giannis and do what's best for the Bucks. You're the owner. It should only be about what's best for the Bucks.
Yeah.
You are the owner. You are in charge of making sure that this organization that you have invested in is going to be great or good or relevant. And I agree, Brad. People can say it's not that big of a deal. People are already talking about it. They're giving counter offers. You want as much leverage as possible. When you don't have that much leverage, you don't want to lose any more leverage about Jimmy Haslam, he's got a great track record of ownership of the Cleveland Browns. Look at their organization. We're going to fleece these Milwaukee Bucks. You hear Jimmy? He's ready to get rid of Giannis. They're more worried about doing right by him than they're about their organization. What an idiot.
Yeah, it's disruptive. It's disruptive to these conversations. If I'm an opposing team, I'm hearing, Well, the Bucks clearly are already envisioning a future without Giannis. Giannis is already envisioning a future without the Bucks. He said it plain as day, as talking about basically diverging desires for Giannis and the Bucks. And we sort of knew this, but this makes it real all the way from the top. So if I'm a team, I'm holding firm. I'm holding firm on my offer because I'm like, you want to get rid of him. You have no choices to get rid of him. Giannis wants to go. So you are.
Jimmy thinks he's a nice guy and tries hard.
Yeah, and that's not going to help the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, it's unfortunate when your owner has the same level of self-awareness of Alex Stroh. And so that is
wild stray 10 minutes into the show.
No, I mean, nothing wrong with Alex Stroh. I mean, he's with me. We're just regular guys, but we're not running a multi-million-dollar organization. I guess billion-dollar organization in the Milwaukee Bucks, and having a guy that helped you in Giannis really build up this community and, yes, brought you a championship. It's just, I think
I'm in shock.
It's legitimately.
I mean, I'm not. Again, it's Jimmy's MO, but like now that it's infiltrating the Wisconsin world.
Why not try something different? Like, why not try something new? Why not?
You can't teach an old dog new tricks, Kyle.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, what does he put on everything? Him and his wife's name?
Jimmy and D.
Jimmy and D. He is who he is.
It's one thing to help build up a MLS team. It's another thing to build up a basketball team and an organization. And I don't think he understands how hard it is to build a basketball team, because if you don't have a superstar, you don't have a chance of winning. In football, you got to find a great quarterback, but you can build all these different pieces because it takes a lot of guys, 53 guys, to put it together. In basketball, you can have a good roster, but if you don't have a stud, a star on your team, you're going to struggle, Jimmy. So you need to understand, when it comes to Giannis, you don't want to do anything that could cause John Horst to lose leverage in any of these trade negotiations or any of these conversations. I would prefer people to think that the Bucks are listening, but we don't have a sense of urgency to get rid of him. I would want the Bucks to work from a position of, we don't need to trade Giannis. You want Giannis from us? Well, you're gonna have to knock our socks off. Jimmy made it very clear that the Bucks as an organization have decided that they're gonna do what's best for the Bucks and do what's best for Giannis.
Mentally moved on.
And like you said, Brad, separate entities, not moving together.
Let's listen to how it should have sounded. You know, I think we had everything we needed, right? Right, Stroh?
Yes, Jason. Giannis is, top 3, top 4 player in the world. He brought Milwaukee its first championship in 50 years, several years ago. And he's a really good person, too. He's no problem. He's a great leader, tries hard. And I think Giannis and the Bucks, and this goes back before we were involved, have always worked closely to see what's best for Giannis and what's best for the Bucks.
You didn't need to stop, Jimmy. We had it. Everything was good. You're building everything up.
Like, when you get asked a question, they were told this like when we were doing media training, like in the NFL.
A rookie?
They were saying, like, you don't have to answer the question. It's like, hey, Brad, do you want to evaluate your special teams unit so far? Oh, our special teams unit's so good. We just love competing together. That's what it is. I love this team. We love competing together. I can't wait to get out there and keep competing with them. You don't have to answer the question. So in the same way, Jimmy Haslam, because even if I don't know what the question was, but even if the question was, what do you plan on doing with Giannis before the trade deadline from a Milwaukee Bucks owner? He could have just praised Giannis. He could have just said, I'm here for the Cleveland Browns. Or he could have just said, gosh, I just love the Milwaukee Bucks. I love our team. I love Giannis.
Or Giannis is the greatest player in the world right now. We're going to do everything we can. And the fact that he's on our team, it gives us an opportunity to win at all times.
I feel like Jimmy Haslam there reminded a little bit of myself sometimes when I transition into a segment. Right, I'll try and tease something and I'll get really wordy and then I'll say something I didn't mean to say. But the difference is he needs to be better, and that's part of who I am. Little Michael Scott. Sometimes I'll start a sentence. I don't know where it's going. I just hope to find it somewhere along the way, like an improv conversation, an improvisation. That's Michael Scott from The Office. That's Jimmy Haslam, the owner of the Milwaukee Bucks, talking about how they're going to do right by Giannis and the Bucks. And I don't know if that works, by the way. I don't know if that sentence works. If you do right by Giannis, if you're more worried about doing what's best for Giannis, that I don't know if two work together that you can say that and then ultimately do what's best for the Milwaukee Bucks. If you're saying that as an owner, right?
In this situation, it is almost not true, because there are very few situations and scenarios where the Bucks trade him to a competitive team and the Bucks get the value for Giannis. That like if you're talking about trading him to Golden State, you don't get the true value of what his worth is. If you trade him to Minnesota, you don't get the true value of what his worth is. If you even trade him to Miami, you're not getting the true value of what Giannis's worth is. And so if you do right by Giannis, the Bucks are doing wrong by the organization. In this situation, you aren't going to get both because you can't trade him, as we said, you can't trade him to Utah, you can't trade him to Washington, you can't trade him to places that may have a lot of assets and young talent, because Giannis doesn't want to go somewhere that the team's going to be bad. So the Bucks are in a very hard and difficult situation where they need to.
Why make it more difficult, Jimmy?
Well, because it's Jimmy. Jimmy doesn't have any self-awareness.
And this is the most important moment for this franchise for the next 10 years. Like what happens, whether it be before the trade deadline or this summer, or if at all, is the most important decision for the next decade for the Milwaukee Bucks. So if it's messed up in any way, like you can trace it back to handling this inappropriately. You can set yourself up for a decent foundation going forward for life after Giannis, or you can completely derail it and be the basement of the NBA for a decade to come.
When you got really high blood pressure, sometimes I feel like you need to sit back, relax, and do what
There's
makes
one
you
cure
happy.
for that, Ben. There's one cure for it, and it is, of course, an ice-cold Carbliss. Carbliss is absolutely delicious. I've got them stacked in my fridge, the Nortman fridge, of course, right now. There's so much to love about it. It's a guilt-free experience. KBN Nation, you know that. No carbs, no sugars, no gluten, just 100 calories and the oh-so-perfect amount of carbonation that I can't get enough of. Enough to quench that thirst when I want it, but not so much that's going to upset my stomach. And when you talk about flavor, it is a bold on flavor, ready-to-drink cocktail. Say goodbye to all the rest. Carbliss is the only one you need. And right now, the Blood Orange 4-pack is out, and it is hitting the shelves. And you got to go get it quick because it's going to go fast. It was in such high demand from the Tropical Bliss Variety Pack that Carbliss said, okay, here you go. Blood Orange 4-pack. I just picked up my own. But guess what? It goes so quickly, I got to go back and get some more. Blood Orange has earned its own 4-pack and wants you to taste why. Pick up Blood Orange next time you're at the grocery store or wherever you pick up your ready-to-drink cocktails, and enjoy less is more with Carbliss.
Alex Strouf's going to give you the update on everything non-related to Jimmy Haslam because it's hard to keep up with 18 million reports, but what guy better than to give us the biggest news for the Milwaukee Bucks and what the buzz is around Giannis than our guy, Alex Strouf. I feel like we owe it to the audience to play that Jimmy Haslam clip every segment of the show so they can hear how stupid.
No, I don't.
I don't care about you. There may be somebody that is coming in hearing it for the first time. They need to know the idiot that spoke and opened his mouth.
I don't think this is a sad time for Bucks fans because we're moving on from the greatest player in Bucks history, and to know that the person who will be in charge, because he'll be in charge of the Bucks for the next, I think, coming up very soon for like 5 years.
Why 5 years?
Because that's how it works in the NBA. That you have somebody who is it the governor or whatever her name is? Is that because now it's going to move from Wes Edens and he's next in line to be the person in charge of the Bucks. Oof. And understanding that we're going to move on from Giannis and this is the guy that's in charge of all the decisions that happen post Giannis.
The next 5 years that will determine the Bucks' future will be done by Jimmy Haslam.
Yeah, and we're going to keep hearing from him all show long next.
Yes.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN.
And that Alex Strouf, you look like you had something to say.
Brewers! On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Truth Nation, mark your calendars for Friday, February 20th, as we will be hosting our second annual Truth Community Awards, hosted by the legendary Home Blow and Bailey Cope. Tickets are on sale now. Visit 1017truthawards.com to learn more. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks, Gruber, Steinhoffel, Cousin Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall. Come celebrate with us on Friday, February 20th at the Truth Community Awards from 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Do not miss out on the best community awards event of the year.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is teeing up the 3rd tournament of the season with another can't-miss event and $1,000 in cash prizes up for grabs. Hey, ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Olson, inviting you to a 2-man scramble at the iconic TPC Scottsdale, all played on Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center's spacious state-of-the-art simulator. Sign up now at wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com. It's just $120 per team, and teams must get their round in by February 28th. Your chance to take on TPC Scottsdale starts today at wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw. Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been Milwaukee's one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
With your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, I'm Will Summers. This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Altoona Junior Grayson Becker. One game after joining the 1,000-point club, Becker delivered another eye-opening performance, pouring in 44 points in a win over Ellsworth. He finished the night 14 of 19 from the field and added 8 rebounds, continuing a stretch of play that has defined his standout season. Becker has been one of the most productive scorers in the state, averaging 26.3 points per game, along with 3.5 rebounds and 3.3 assists. With growing Division I and Division II interest, Becker continues to raise the bar as his junior season rolls on. Congratulations to Grayson Becker, your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Looking up at the Marquette banners, brought to you by Saganiac Planning. A new one this season honoring Coach Tom Crean. Third coaching banner with number 77 Al McGuire and Hank Raymonds. Crean's 2003 team went to the Final Four. He brought in Dwayne Wade and helped get Marquette into the Big East. An honor for Crean long overdue. And the proper order of what he accomplished: Big East, Final Four, and most importantly, Tom Crean convinced Dwayne Wade to come to Marquette. Medicare won't cover everything. That's why you should consider a Medicare supplement. WPS Medicare Supplement Insurance helps reduce those out-of-pocket costs when you need medical care. And it's guaranteed renewable for life as long as premiums are paid. Call Saganiac Planning today, 262-783-6161. Ask about WPS Medicare Supplement Insurance. The intent of this advertisement is solicitation of insurance. Contact may be made by the insurer or a licensed agent, neither Wisconsin Physician Service Insurance Corporation nor its agents or products are connected with the federal Medicare program.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You know, after the conversation we just had after hearing from Jimmy Haslam, in which, again, we have to play for everyone to hear if they haven't, we'll be having Aaron Goldhammer from the Really Big Show out in ESPN Cleveland joining us at 3:30. I feel like I just need to hear somebody who's been around the Browns as long as our teammate Aaron Goldhammer has. Maybe it'll make you feel better. Maybe it'll make you feel worse, because he's going to be honest. He's going to be blunt about Jimmy Haslam as the owner of the Cleveland Browns. And now, after hearing Jimmy say this from ESPN Cleveland about Giannis and the Bucks, I just want to know more about the guy.
Jason, Giannis is, top 3, top 4 player in the world. He brought Milwaukee its first championship in 50 years, several years ago. And he's a really good person, too. He's no problem. He's a great leader, tries hard. And I think Giannis and the Bucks, and this goes back before we were involved, have always worked closely to see what's best for Giannis and what's best for the Bucks, and we'll continue to do so.
And will continue to do so. Shut up, Jimmy. I want to take a break from Kyle being sad about the owner opening up his mouth, as this is Kyle, Brust Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talking text line. Of course, YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. But, Strofe, what the hell's going on today? Is there any news out there today? Yes, no, maybe so? Oh.
There's so much happening, I don't know what to do. I don't trust anyone. I don't know what's being said. Some things are counteracting the other things. Some things are true, some things are false. I'm very confused. Let's talk about it. It all started this morning. Shams Charania on ESPN said the Bucks are playing for a draft pick, but Giannis wants to play for a championship. Okay, kind of sad. Makes sense, I guess. Well, then this comes out from Jake Fisher. Who the hell's Jake Fisher? I don't know, but he said this. Giannis Antetokounmpo is likely to remain with the Bucks past the trade deadline. Wonderful. Who's Jake Fisher? But then somebody named NBA Trade Report said Milwaukee still has no interest in any Giannis trade package from Golden State. Miami needs to add more. Cleveland emerging as the last-minute dark horse candidate, but still unlikely. Thank you, NBA Trade Report. I imagine you have sources. Very good. Well, then listen to this. Evan Sittery. Who? Exactly, Ben. Evan Sittery says the Heat and Timberwolves are believed to be Giannis's preferred trade destination, according to Mark Stein. So Sittery is
connecting himself to Stein.
Wow.
Both Miami and Minnesota actively working to get a blockbuster before Giannis finished by Thursday's deadline.
Where's Windy?
I don't know, but Evan Sittery is more. You want to hear about it?
Sure.
Yeah. Evan says this, in the Giannis deadline derby, here's the 4 known finalists and how they appear to stack up. Number 1, the Miami Heat. Number 2, the Golden State Warriors. Number 3, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Number 4, the New York Knicks. Miami feels confident in their ability to secure Giannis due to their prospect value along with far-out draft capital. And finally,
we're not done?
Heat Central 13.
How long has this been going? Usually the Kentucky Derbies are out 2 minutes and 35,
Heat
40 seconds.
Central 13.
Heat Central 13, quoting Sam Amick. Right, Kyle? That's how you say that?
Sam Amick.
Sam Amick. The offers as of Monday evening for Giannis believed to be, quote, underwhelming, end quote. I don't know who to believe. I don't know what to believe. I believe nothing.
What are you talking about? You have so much to believe. You just read so many things to believe. You got to choose someone to believe in.
As of Monday evening, the offers coming the Bucks' way for the Greek Freak were still believed to be so underwhelming that this saga looked likely to extend into the summer. However, things are moving rapidly as of Tuesday.
I need to catch my breath.
Why are you yawning, Kyle?
I'm tired.
Well, wake up!
People can't see me yawn when I'm pointing this direction, Ben, or on radio.
Well, that was the most electric thing I've ever heard in my life.
Well, it's also sad and depressing because it's coming. We are literally 48 hours away now, fellas, because by 2 o'clock on Thursday.
And around the stretch they come.
Yeah, no, we know. Within 48 hours, we will know whether or not Giannis will still be a Buck. This is nerve-wracking for me. Every moment now when I go and I Google Milwaukee Bucks trade rumors, Giannis trade rumors, go on Twitter to figure out
why do that to yourself?
Because I just want to see what is the news right now. Are we getting closer and closer?
How do you know if it's news or
did you not hear Strofe? None of this makes sense anyway.
I'm just saying we are less than 48 hours away from knowing whether or not Giannis will be here until the summertime, and that's a big deal. That's a
When's
franchise
the trade deadline?
It's 2 p.m. on Thursday.
2 p.m.
So it is a franchise-altering thing that could take place. I don't think people understand that. You're trading one of the greatest players in NBA history in his prime away from a small market team that the last time they had somebody of that caliber, his name was Kareem. Actually, his name was Lou Alcindor.
Changed his name even.
That's what I'm saying. It's been a long time, fellas.
I'm curious by the Kyle Wallace. Like,
You're in mourning.
Yeah, remember when he said he was in acceptance?
Yeah.
You sure as hell are not.
I think you recircled.
No,
I think you took another lap around.
You're bargaining right now.
I've accepted it, but just because I've accepted it doesn't mean that it's still good and I feel good about it. Like
But when you accept it, you start moving on. You're not moving on.
No, maybe that's just me. Like, I don't know how I'm ever going to move on from Giannis. Like, this is always going to hurt. The Ray Allen deal hurt me years ago, and Giannis is 1,000 times more impactful than Ray Allen was. So this is what's sad about it. When we moved on from other guys, they were past their prime and recently in recent history, but this is different. It's going to be different to see Giannis dominate in a different place and saying, this is my city.
I just want you to know everything you're saying is a bunch of crap in terms of your acceptance. The active non-judgmental acknowledgement of one's current thoughts, emotions, and reality without attempting to fight, avoid, or change them. I feel like you're fighting and trying to change them.
No, I know what's to come, but I'm just not happy about it. I don't want to live through that reality. That's what it is. I don't want to live through a reality without Giannis. So I'm very nervous come Thursday because if it does happen, I'm going to think, oh, did we get enough for him? Oh, my gosh, Giannis is really gone.
Well, you got to accept it because it seems like either it's happening Thursday or this summer. It feels like it's happening. My only concern is, do the Bucks get enough for him?
Yeah, exactly.
That's my only concern.
I'm nervous during the regular season.
Who was it that told us be prepared to be underwhelmed, disappointed?
I believe Homer told us that as we were.
I'm not prepared
leaving.
for that. I refuse to be prepared for that. I prefer for us to wait till the summer if we're going to do it. Don't do it now. Don't do it now.
It does seem like there's too much chaos. I don't know how you can make good decision making when there's like a deadline, things are moving quickly. It's chaos, unless it makes somebody else act foolishly and they give you a haul that you can't say no to.
I think Jimmy Haslam hurt the chances of others acting foolishly.
He sure did. He lit that on fire. Good job, Jimmy.
Well, again, thank goodness Jimmy isn't making the decisions, and I believe Wes is in charge of making the decisions. And Wes, you hold firm, buddy. You don't let little Jimmy
Wes
come in
seems like
here.
a guy you wouldn't want to mess with. Jimmy, I feel like you could take advantage of from a trade standpoint.
Potentially. I don't know, but I do know based off the reports out here, if they have been getting underwhelming offers.
Well, yeah,
NBA executives.
Strofe said that.
But that's what the Heat simultaneously said they're confident in their ability to make a blockbuster trade.
Ben,
Pat
what
Riley's
didn't I
confident
say?
playing.
What didn't I say?
You had every scenario out there in the entire world. Let's go to Randy.
Some packages are great, some packages aren't great, but they're talking about the same packages.
That's what
Randy in a dump truck. You're on KBN on the Carlos Talking text line.
Hey, guys. I'll tell you what. When Kareem left, it was 50 years. Giannis leaves. In Milwaukee, you won't see another championship in your lifetime, I should say. And anything Jimmy Haslam.
Hey, speak for your old ass, Randy. I mean, you may not be around in 50 years when they win their third, but I will be. I'm gonna live healthily, Andy or Randy.
Maybe 84.
Yes.
I'll be 85. Brad will be 86.
I'll be 77. I'll be a young buck.
Oh no, you're not gonna be around.
What the hell?
You haven't gone to the doctor in a decade. I don't.
It's not been a decade. It's been a while, though.
You looked down to your right as soon as you said it hasn't been a decade.
Because he was trying to do the math.
He was trying to do the mental math.
Yeah.
Randy, I love you. I just gave you some crap. But also, the reality is, I think we have a better chance to be around than you.
Randy, how old are you?
What?
How old are you, Randy?
69.
Oh, man. Nice,
6'9",
Randy.
6'9". But in his defense, the Brewers went to the World Series in 1982. My parents went to that game. $18 tickets to go to the game against the Cardinals. I think they went to like Game 6 or something like that. My mom still has a ticket. $18. 1982 was 40-plus years ago. We are close to 50 years since the Brewers actually went to their last World Series. So you might be saying you ain't never going to see it again. 50 years ain't that long. I'm just telling you this right now.
It's pretty long. Well,
it is long, but I'm just saying, like, the Brewers legitimately have not been to a World Series since 1982.
There's a salary cap in this league. There's not in the other.
Okay, but there's
it creates somewhat of a competitive advantage.
Bro, like, it took the Bucks 50 years and we sucked. And then you think about other teams. You think the teams in the league now, guys, the teams aren't making it to the championship.
New report?
No.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, Shams Charania says, we know who the Minnesota Timberwolves are pursuing this week. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You just said that?
Well,
he just said that.
They just made a trade.
Well, did that clear cap space?
It did. I think $10 million in cap space.
Yeah, they cleared some cap space and added a first-round pick swap. I am running out of mental capacity to track all this.
Well, you have no choice but to keep doing it. Are you ready for the biggest football Sunday of the year? It's happening on the 8th, coming up here, and you need to be at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Watch it in the 1100 Bar and Lounge, Rock and Brews Restaurant, or the Small Bar. Plus, you can get a great taste at a tailgate party at the Annex next to Potawatomi Sportsbook. Reserve premium seating inside the Sportsbook. Reservations are available, and they might be running out. So head on over to Potawatomi.com. Food and drink specials for $20. You got $20 pitchers, $10 off the 100-ounce beer tube. You name it, they'll have it. Kiosks, fun, shots. They provide experience, and they provide fun at Potawatomi Casino Hotel and the amazing Sportsbook. Deep breath after that one, Strophy. These two segments to start. I said, I was going to be good. You're like, it sucks.
Thank you.
It sucks.
I'm telling y'all, you said acceptance. I've accepted that it sucks.
I've accepted that it sucks. We'll accept that it continues to suck together next.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman.
I text Greg Scalzo, and I say, Greg, I'm sorry, I'm going to be late to work. I'm caught in an international conspiracy.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Make your next activation or event a slam dunk with Captivate Exhibits, your leader in transforming spaces and creating brand experiences that truly stand out and connect. If you can dream it, Captivate can design it, build it, and activate it. From trade shows and events to enhancing interior spaces like your lobby, history wall, or break room. Captivate Exhibits turns ideas into highlight reels. With over 32 years of award-winning experience, Captivate delivers every time, always beating the buzzer. Get started with your next big idea today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
Big news from Carbless. A fan favorite, and one of my favorites, Blood Orange flavor is now its own dedicated 4-pack. Crafted with real spirits for a true cocktail taste. Blood Orange brings bold, citrus-forward flavor with a smooth, premium finish. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, only 100 calories, and gluten-free. Now it's even easier to stock up on the flavor everyone keeps asking for. Look for Carbless Blood Orange 4-pack at your local retailer now. Once you try it, you'll understand why Blood Orange has earned its own pack. Carbless, bold flavor in every sip. Find it near you at drinkcarbless.com.
Come grow with us at Glenroy. For more than 6 decades, our family-owned company has built its reputation on quality, reliability, and providing strong career opportunities in our community. As the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Here, you'll find competitive wages, a clean, modern workspace, fully vested 401k, yearly bonus award, and the chance to build a manufacturing career with purpose. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers.
Hey, this is Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Valentine's Day is almost here, and Racine Danish Kringles has you covered with their heart-shaped Kringle. You know my family loves Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles, and sometimes they share it with me. Racine Danish Kringles offers a heart-shaped Kringle with pink icing in raspberry, chocolate silk cherry, and pecan flavors to send to your loved one. Order at Kringle.com or call 800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles, the official pastry of ESPN Wisconsin. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition.
Well, the big game is almost here, and there's no better way to stay locked in than Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. It's Mark Tauscher here, and with football winding down, this is the time to make every snap matter. Prize Picks is the easiest way to play daily fantasy. Just pick more or less on at least 2 player projections, and suddenly every drive has more on it. And right now, Prize Picks has a special big game max discount live in the app. Drake May just needs 1 passing yard for the max discount to hit. Add 1 more player, and if your picks come through, you cash in. You can also use social feeds to copy lineups from winners or follow Prize Picks partners, and with early payouts, you can cash out before the game finishes. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
This Valentine's month, Milwaukee Weight Loss is sharing the love with $300 off during our Valentine's sale. Now through February 28th only. It's the perfect time to fall in love with the result-getting Milwaukee Weight Loss program. We know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no counting points or calories, no drugs, no surgery, and no injections with the risk of serious side effects. Whether you want to look great for Valentine's Day, an upcoming event, or just for you can start losing those unwanted pounds right now. No more losing weight and gaining it back. This program helps you keep the weight off for good. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation today.
Homer here. I've already lost 10 pounds since I started the journey. Now it's your time to show yourself some love with $300 off. Hurry. This Valentine's sale ends February 28th. Patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or 2. Call 262-235-3980 now for your free consultation or MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary. You're listening to Kyle Brust Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Tune in to a new season of Behind the Bucks podcast on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR benefits consultant. Bucks vs. the World is narrated by Charlie Berens and reveals the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open when the Bucks became the first NBA team to take on the best national team in the world, the Soviet Union. Before the Dream Team, this long-forgotten tournament in Milwaukee globalized the game of basketball and opened the doors to international stars coming to the NBA. Find Behind the Bucks on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and the new ESPN Wisconsin app wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher. Kyle Brust Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Coming up next, we'll have old team Mark Tauscher joining us. Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? We'll have Aaron Goldhammer of ESPN Cleveland to give us some insight of what it's been like to be around a team with Jimmy Haslam for as long as he has, because he is doing a great job at making Kyle feel like the Bucks don't have somebody that's going to be in charge to lead them to relevancy and opportunity and wins and fun. Summers of fun that Mark Antanasio promises feels a hell of a lot better than what you're feeling right now with the ownership and the GM and the head coach that they still have employed, and the way Giannis, whether at the deadline or in the summer, or God forbid walking at free agency, if it ever got to that would be insane, which shouldn't happen. 800-990-3776. How are you feeling?
I'm hoping that
use the word hope.
Because
the last 3 days.
This is what I'm hoping. Obviously, the Bucks, when they sold 25% to Jimmy and D Haslam, they just went to the highest bidder. They just said, "Hey, who's the highest bidder?" And so my hope is that the organization does the same thing when it comes to the Giannis trade rumors. Is just go to the highest bidder and sell it for a significant price. When I say it, I mean trade Giannis for a significant price. If it ain't the price you want, then don't get rid of it. So that's what I'm hoping. Don't play any games with this. Get a great deal, because let me tell you, when Mark Lazary sold the Bucks, he got a great deal for that 25% stake that he sold.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to look back at Jimmy Haslam's history with the Browns as I'm just trying to think about what could the Bucks get for Giannis? How can they make sure they don't mess this up and you're dealing with issues for a long time?
Well, they could sign Deshaun Watson to a guaranteed contract.
Yep, they gave a ton for Deshaun Watson, fully guaranteed contract. Went up and got
$260 million guaranteed, something like that?
Yeah.
Changed the game.
And went up and got Johnny Manziel after I believe Jimmy Haslam said, you told the GM, you go and get him. That one really blew up in their face. Just can't seem to get anything right.
Moved on from Baker Mayfield after he brought him to the playoffs.
Yeah, that's right. I feel like reminding myself that the Bucks live in this Jimmy Haslam universe. No matter what the trade package is, I don't have a whole lot of hope. That's one thing I had. I had a hope that, man, if they get a haul, maybe you get a lottery pick, maybe you get a young superstar, maybe you get so much assets, maybe it's destined for success. Now I feel like it's destined for failure because you got somebody at the reins that knows nothing but business failure. Not business failure, sports failure.
You want to know how bad people think of him as an organization runner when it comes to sports?
I would love to.
Is that
actually I wouldn't love to.
Typically when coaches get fired, right? They don't get rehired immediately. Now, John Harbaugh got rehired, but that was after winning a Super Bowl and being considered one of the best and them deciding it was the time to part ways. Kevin Stefanski, who was a former head coach of the Browns, he didn't do anything. He won 10 games, I want to say maybe once, maybe twice. He didn't do too much. But because he was under an organization of Jimmy Haslam in Cleveland, people looked at him as a hot commodity, and he found a job after getting fired and not having a winning coaching record. I just want y'all to understand that is what you're talking about with the way the league of the NFL looks at Jimmy Haslam as an owner, saying, well, it wasn't Stefanski's fault there in Cleveland. Look at the ownership that they have there. It's a mess there. He got a job right away. That just shows you that people don't really think that he does a top-notch job of running organizations when it comes to sports.
Maybe I'm the problem, as Kyle would say.
He 100% is the problem. Maybe 100%. I'm the problem.
Jimmy Haslam to himself, but he would never admit it.
Yeah. He'd never admit it, though. He'd never admit it.
Would you?
No.
You know what we can't admit? Before we get to Tausch, who also loves Pella windows and doors of Wisconsin, Gina Della would make sure the most value of anything that would happen with Giannis would be achieved. She's a leader. She gets it.
She's a superstar, and she's going to make sure that your home feels the same way. Make sure that when you walk into your room, you feel like, oh, I've had the Gina Della Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin experience. And if you've been thinking about it, you've been kicking the tires, you've been seeing the frost on your window, you've been knowing that the draft has come.
It ain't worth it.
It ain't worth it. You should go check out Pella at the Nari Spring Home Improvement Sale from February 13th to February 15th. That's coming up in a couple weekends here. And you can go check them out at Wisconsin State Fair to truly become inspired about what Pella Windows and Doors can do for you. You can go to the Experience Center in Brookfield at any time. You'll be inspired there.
Oh, wait a second. You could see Gina at Nari on Valentine's Day?
Look at that.
Could you imagine? Gina is a giver.
It's a match made in heaven.
She gives love. The love of windows that were installed into my home that have kept the draft out, and my whole first floor is warm. I'm saving money on the energy bill. It is honestly an amazing experience. So make sure you check out Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, PellaWI.com. Just call, tell them KBN sent you, because Gina will take care of you. Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famer, NBA savant, joins us next.
This is Kyle, Brust Nortman.
These hands are not made for fixing anything in a house. I'll make a phone call, and I'm cheap, but I ain't that cheap. I got my guys. Got my handyman. Shout out to Chris. Under the table.
Just like that, dude's getting audited now.
Yeah.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
I would just say that right now I think all options are on the table. I think that they went through that trade thing and they talked to teams, and it's not like those talks are shut down.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino, Tony Windhorst and Associates, and Smart 18 Union. On 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is teeing up the third tournament of the season with another can't-miss event and 1,000 in cash prizes up for grabs. Hey, ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Olson, inviting you to a two-man scramble at the iconic TPC Scottsdale, all played on Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center's spacious state-of-the-art simulator. Sign up now at wisconsindoorgolfcenter.com. It's just $120 per team, and teams must get their round in by February 28th. Your chance to take on TPC Scottsdale starts today at wisconsindoorgolfcenter.com.
Grab the dial and crank it up, baby, because Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is spinning its Winning Hits collection. Over the next 3 months, you could win a share of over $1 million in prizes. On top of thousands in cash and reward play, you could win one of 3 new Ford vehicles in the grand finale drawings on March 27th. Just play with your rewards card to earn entries. Press play on the Winning Hits collection, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Amore, pepperoni, amore, mozzarella, amore. Screaming Sicilian,
Screaming Sicilian frozen pizza. More toppings, more flavor. More is amore.
Looking up at the Marquette banners, brought to you by Saganiac Planning. A new one this season honoring Coach Tom Crean. Third coaching banner with number 77 Al McGuire and Hank Raymond. Crean's 2003 team went to the Final Four. He brought in Dwayne Wade and helped get Marquette into the Big East. An honor for Crean long overdue. And the proper order of what he accomplished: Big East, Final Four, and most importantly, Tom Crean convinced Dwayne Wade to come to Marquette. Medicare won't cover everything. That's why you should consider a Medicare supplement. WPS Medicare Supplement Insurance helps reduce those out-of-pocket costs when you need medical care. And it's guaranteed renewable for life as long as premiums are paid. Call Saganiac Planning today, 262-783-6161. Ask about WPS Medicare Supplement Insurance. The intent of this advertisement is solicitation of insurance. Contact may be made by the insurer or a licensed agent. Neither Wisconsin Physician Service Insurance Corporation nor its agents or products are connected with the federal Medicare program.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, I mean, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Joining us now is Old T, Packers Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champ, Mark Tauscher here on Wildy and Tauscher, 9 to noon across these various stations. What's up, Old T?
What is up, boys?
Oh, we'll play a piece of audio for you right off the rip. This was Jimmy Haslam on his assessment of where the Bucks are with Giannis.
Jason, Giannis is, top 3, top 4 player in the world. He brought Milwaukee its first championship in 50 years, several years ago. And he's a really good person, too. He's no problem. He's a great leader, tries hard. And I think Giannis and the Bucks, and this goes back before we were involved, have always worked closely to see what's best for Giannis and what's best for the Bucks, and we'll continue to do so.
What's best for Giannis and what's best for the Bucks? Do those work together in this situation right now, Tausch?
No, they don't. And I think this is the hard part of this whole deal. Obviously, Giannis has 1 year left on a contract. So he, any team that is going to give up assets is probably going to want him to commit. And that'll be up to Giannis to determine if that's what he wants to do. But I think from a Bucks standpoint, if you're the GM, if you're the owner, you have to worry about what is next. This is going to be a monumental change, and you want to keep your building full. You want to at least sell some hope. So it can't just be, well, Giannis wants to go to New York. Well, New York doesn't have the assets that we're looking for, but that's what Giannis wants. I'm sorry, but I just don't think that's how this is going to go. And I think if you're, the organization, it has to be, you want to do right by Giannis. There is no doubt about that. But that has to be secondary on the list as far as what is important if you're going to make a move like this and trade him before his contract's up. That has to be, what can we do to give ourselves a chance to get moving in the right direction again as fast as possible.
Tausch, Jimmy Haslam obviously speaking there about the Bucks. Are you concerned that his impact, his fingerprints on the Milwaukee Bucks will lead them destined to be like the Cleveland Browns, or do you have more hope that maybe it's different with the Bucks?
I want to be hopeful. So I'm going to say I'm hopeful. I don't know if that answers your question. But,
no, it sounds a lot like
choosing
Kyle.
Hope, I suppose, is the best way to
What good
phrase
is
that.
it going to be to sit here and be all Johnny negative? Obviously,
I hate
the
Johnny
Cleveland
negative,
Browns, it's been very, very rough, I think is the nicest way to put that. And I think there's going to be some tough times ahead regardless. I think we all see that. And you just hope that the people in charge are going to make good decisions and try and get this thing flipped. So I'm gonna answer it and say I'm gonna be hopeful, even though I think you need to take a look at past history of what has happened, and that should probably weigh into how you feel.
Tausch, I love that. But switching up, you talking about what's next for the Bucks. I want to know what's next for the Packers, specifically what should be the number one priority for your boy Goody, who looks like he got an extension.
Looks like
we I know he's talking tomorrow, so on our show this morning we kind of were going through it, and I think the easy answer to these questions are offensive line and corner, and for me I think defensive line, especially on the interior, is important. But I answered the question real quickly. I mean, I did ask it as well, so I had an idea of what was coming, but I think we need to get a punt returner, and we need to get our special teams where we need to have something that
You think
our
punt
special
return
teams
is
have been atrocious.
Hey, go ahead. This is your time.
Our special teams. Let me tell you something. So here's why I am this way, because obviously I'm always looking O-line, D-line, and that's where you win football games, and that's where I think this season we dropped off. But I'm looking at the team from our conference that is representing the NFC in this week's Super Bowl.
You ain't never lied.
And I'm looking at a punt return, special teams, and defensive unit that have scored 8 touchdowns and set them up for many more. And I'm looking at Green Bay. We were hoping they just catch the punt. We were hoping they didn't miss clutch kicks. And when you're sitting here, and that is playing shorthanded, and I don't care how good Jordan Love is, and if Christian Watson and if Tucker Kraft are back, if you're constantly looking at when you're playing the good teams and you're hoping you don't turn it over, or you're hoping you don't get a bunch of penalties and you don't have all this lost yardage and hidden yardage gains, and you're Seattle, the reason Seattle's in this Super Bowl, they return a punt down 16 against the Rams on a Thursday night. If they don't do that, they don't play at home, and they ain't in the Super Bowl. So at some point we have to address the fact you can't look at it and say, oh, we got a great offense, our defense will make a play, and all special teams, we just hope it doesn't hurt us. So at some point we need to address it. We need to get better, and the best way to do that is to get someone explosive that can be a big-time player that everybody in that room believes in, because right now it's just not the case. And if we're going to sit here and always be 33% behind every team we're playing, or at least close to every team, that is a monstrous hurdle that the offense and the defense have to overcome.
Talking with Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famer here on Kyle, Brust Nortman. Tausch, I agree with you, but I don't know how you do that, and with the potential free agents that may leave, fill the starters and then you don't have a first-round draft pick, so you got offensive line, cornerback, interior defensive line. Depth hurt this team when guys went down, and you want special teams. Like, I agree. I don't know how to make this whole equation work the way that you're looking at it.
Well, that's why you're not the GM. I mean,
you're right. You're right. But the GM, do you believe that the GM can get the special teams right and all these other things based off what you just said of where they've been?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Rashid Shaheed was picked up. He was picked up at the trade deadline.
He was traded from New Orleans. Yes,
5th round pick.
Yeah. I am not looking at saying we need to use a first. We don't have a first round pick, but a second or third round pick. This is not a position or a spot where you have to go and spend a ton of capital and worry about your compensatory pick equation. You're not going to spend $20 million on a punt returner. Go find somebody that can excite you and get your group ready and bring them in, period. And if that's a 5th-round pick, or if that's a free agent or somebody that gets released on a salary cap cut, prioritize.
Is that harder?
All this other stuff, you're going to need to draft linemen. You're going to have to bring people in. But Seattle just showed you this isn't – it's not as difficult, but you have to want to and prioritize what you're looking to do. And I would argue Seattle doing that has probably helped put them in this position to win a world championship.
Is that harder said than done? I mean, Brad, as somebody who's been part of great special teams unit, is it that easy? And, I mean, obviously it's not easy to find great return folks, but is it that hard, as the Packers have made it seem like, to find somebody that actually can do more as than what Tausch said, wave their hand in the air and catch a football?
Or do a spin move when Matthew Golden's catching his first punt in 18 million years?
Yeah, before Tausch jumps in, GMs typically don't want to reserve an entire roster spot for a guy that can only do special teams, right? You'd love to take some reserves on offense or defense, and hopefully they're special teams contributors, but there's only so many spots on a roster. So if you take a guy that's like primarily a punt returner but can't do much more, GMs just historically, in my opinion, don't want to take guys that are specifically
what was
special
Bo
teams
Melton's
guys.
job?
He can play offensive defense, Kyle. He's Travis Hunter.
Okay, so you are 100% right, Brad. There's no doubt. But you're only going to dress 5 or 6 wideouts in a game. Have him available. I believe Rashid Shaheed had a big play in the game. They're not asking him to be a 1, 2, or 3 wideout, but you can fit in on some other things. And if you're a difference maker, you want difference makers. So yeah, it's not ideal. You would love for your first round pick to be a great wideout and a great returner. Well, guess what? The last time our special teams functioned at what I would say is a really nice level, especially kick return, Keyshawn Nixon was the guy. Well, then he becomes a number 1 corner and doesn't want to do it anymore. And then what? Now we're putting Josh Jacobs, who hadn't returned a kick in forever, in a playoff game? Like those things can't equalize itself. So, yeah, I get it. I understand what you want isn't always – they've also said that about long snappers. Well, we should get a tight end that can do it. Well, until you snap a ball overhead and you lose a game. And then all of a sudden everybody's like, well, you know, let's just plug our nose and bring a long snapper in. So if you want to be better at special teams, you got to prioritize. And if you don't want to do that, great. But we've seen what that looks like, and I think you could look at a lot of our playoff losses, and there's a direct correlation to how that is shaking itself out.
Yeah, I guess.
Well said, Tausch.
Yeah, I'm just.
Again,
well said. Special teams.
He goes, "You're 100% right," and then well said, Tausch.
Yeah.
The NFL guys are all in sync here.
It's true.
Well, Tausch, it sounds like me and you both like. That's true. Me and you both like Goody. But I will say this is a huge off season for Goody to get a lot of things right because
no doubt
last off season, yes, Michael Parsons was a home run, but Aaron Banks and Nate Hobbs were failures last year for the Packers based off their free agency period. So he's got to right the ship.
This is a big off season. There are holes to fill. You're going to end up having to get a backup quarterback. There's going to be a lot of things you're going to have to figure out. What are you going to do with the kicking situation? I would make sure. You better have some competition because the way that season went for McManus last year, you thought you had that spot figured out. I would say he's got to reprove that. So there are holes. There are some depth issues. There's a lot that Brian Gutekunst has to get done, and hopefully he's going to be a little more successful because I think last year when you look at it, obviously Micah Parsons was a home run, and then you start looking at some of the other things, and there's a lot to be desired.
Singles and doubles matter.
Anything for us, LT?
I'm all set, baby.
All right. That's Mark Tauscher, the Packer Hall of Famer. We appreciate the time, LT.
Yep. See you guys.
Coming up next here on Kyle Brust Nortman. It's Tuesday.
You're cooking
I
lately, man.
10 spot last week, 2-2 record. Strofe, did you update everything from an average point score for me and the Chef Ed bringing down the callers?
Yeah, but the stat that's more important than any other stat is that you're 2-2. You're 500 for the first time since 2024.
And we accused you of cheating last week, being in Madison. So now you're being back here. You got to prove us wrong.
Prove us wrong.
Look, all I know
performance.
is the over under was like 12.5.
Too low.
What? I had like 10 last year or 11.
It's February. He's only got 2. We're right on pace.
Well, there's 12 months in a year, so
we're right on pace.
800-990-3776. You get 15 questions in 90 seconds. You're allowed to say skip or pass. You could choose Kyle or Brad to read you those questions. Are you smarter than Ben Brust? 800-990-3776. Let's go caller number 12 for the amount of wins that I know I'm going to have. 800-990-3776. Yeah, sure. 12. 800-990-3776. Are you smarter than Ben Brust? In 2 minutes.
You've already put in the work. Now there's a way to make it count towards your degree. At Lakeland University, your work and life experience can earn you college credit, helping you finish faster, saving time and money. With flexible evening and online classes, plus multiple start dates, Lakeland fits your life. Study 100% online at one of our 6 locations across Wisconsin or on our residential campus in Sheboygan County. Customize your degree to fit your life, your goals, your future, without missing the moments that matter, at work or at home. Your experience matters here. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
Brewers mini ticket plans for the 2026 season are available now with 6-game, 12-game, and build your own plan options. You can pick or build the best plan for your schedule, whether you're gearing up for tailgates under the sun, the thrill of the home runs, or the eruptions of walk-off wins. Brewers mini plans have you covered for the 2026 season with specially discounted ticket rates and more exclusive perks in each plan. Check out all the mini plan options available for 2026 now at brewers.com/ticket plans.
Experience hot gaming action and a relaxing spa day. Your perfect winter getaway at the island. Book a stay and float package to get both a standard room and a rejuvenating 60-minute float pod therapy session for less than $100. Complement your stay with an elevated dining experience at Horizon Steakhouse and fun on the gaming floor where big wins wait for you. The Island Resort and Casino's stay and float package runs through February. Call 800-682-6040 to book yours today. Certain days and restrictions apply.
The Superb Owls Squares contest is back, and it's a total game changer. Listen to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy all weekend. Get your squares during the show, presented by Professional Construction, Inc. One lucky winner takes home a virtual interior design service valued at $500. Perfect if your space appears to be in a rebuilding year and not championship caliber. Call an audible and let the pros draw up the winning play. Learn more at ProfessionalConstructionInc.com. Listen to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy for Superb Owl Squares this week on 94.5 ESPN.
This is Wisconsin basketball head coach Greg Gard. This is 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD2, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
Oh, that's right, it is KBN. Here on a Tuesday, that means we are getting dialed up for Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? I'm Brad Nortman. Right in front of me, Kyle Wallace. Directly to my left, behind the glass, is the maestro of Are You Smarter Than Ben? Are you Smarter Than Ben Brust? That is Alex Strofe, of course. You know, we need to humble Ben. He's already taken a victory lap. He's 2-2, first time in 2 years.
I mean, through 1 month, the kid's 2-2.
We can't have him have a winning record ever.
I took over on the show in April of 2024, so coming up on 2 years ago. The last time he had an over 500 record at any point was July of 2024.
Wow.
I want you to know that based off how he finished out last year, I think he's over 500 in like the last 6 attempts, isn't he?
Well, I don't care. I only care about the annual record, Kyle.
Well, annual record's looking poop-putt right now with him being at 2-2.
Poop-putt indeed.
Do better.
Indeed.
Luckily, we got the area of smart people in the state. That's from Brookfield. We got Andy from Brookfield today. Strofe, let's go ahead and spin it.
For those of you who say Ben Brust is an idiot, here's your chance to be proven right. It's time to play Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? Presented by Lakeland University. Don't put your life on hold to earn your degree. Build a schedule that fits your needs at lakeland.edu. Also sponsored by Geis Garage Doors, your local trusted garage door company for over 70 years. Don't think twice. Call Geis.
That's right, it is Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
In Brookfield, the rough streets of Brookfield right now, they had a wild police chase in Brookfield today off Lily Road and North Avenue.
A police chase?
And I think an officer caught a criminal yesterday or a couple days ago. It's wild. It's wild in the streets of Brookfield. Be careful out there.
Wow, up in the respect in Brookfield, it is wild.
Uppin'.
That's where all the smart people are from, too. That's where Andy's from. But Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? 15 questions in 90 seconds. Get as many answers correct as you can. You're allowed to say pass. We'll come back to it if you get through the rest. If you beat Ben Brust, you're going to win an ESPN Wisconsin prize package, and Ben will be humbled where he belongs. Andy in Brookfield, how you feeling? Who do you want to ask the questions?
What's up, boys?
We about that business. Who you want to ask the questions today, Andy? Brad or myself?
We'll have Brad. I'll take Brad Nortman, please. Also, Brookfield Central grad.
Brookfield Central grad. Let's go.
All right. What year?
04.
Oh, wow, okay.
04.
He won a state. Well, if he played
so
football,
he was on the way out as I was on the way in.
Yeah.
So I started in 04. But Andy, the smart guys went to Central.
Wait a minute. That means he probably played with Big Boy, Joe Thomas. If you played football, I'm just making assumptions. He went to school with Joe Thomas.
I knew I did not play football, no.
But you knew him?
Yeah.
That's cool.
How about that? Brookfield Central grad. I already feel confident, Andy. Any questions before we get started?
Nope, should be good.
All right, let's let it rip in 3, 2, 1. What war was ended by the Treaty of Versailles?
World War I.
Who wrote 1984?
Pass.
Who was the first female Supreme Court Justice of the United States?
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
What musical instrument has 88 keys?
Piano.
What object do you traditionally knock on for good luck?
Wood.
What color is a tennis ball officially classified as?
Neon.
What item do you fasten with a buckle?
Belt.
What force keeps planets in orbit?
Centrifugal.
What board game introduced the phrase, do not pass go?
Oh, Monopoly.
What does the Roman numeral L represent?
10.
What country is home to the Great Barrier Reef?
Australia.
What part of the cell contains genetic material?
Pass.
What U.S. coin has ridges to prevent shaving?
Quarter.
Who composed the Fifth Symphony?
Pass.
What planet has the most moons?
Jupiter.
Who wrote 1984?
You can still answer.
Yep. Who wrote the book 1984?
I don't know.
Okay.
All good.
He was cooking on as far as pace is concerned.
Yeah, he did really well with the skips and passes. We even got back to one of them.
What do we got? 7 spots? 6?
7.
7
spots? I just say,
it's respectable.
I actually did this one myself. I did well.
Look at you, Kyle. You could have fit right in at Brookfield Central.
Well, I went to Whitefish Bay. We're ranked higher, so I just went to understand it.
Excuse me.
Yeah, check the stats. Check the stats.
Wow. Okay. Well, we had Andy in Brookfield. He got a 7 spot. Stroph's going to go get Ben Brust. I have a feeling that Ben will not get more than 7.
It's going to be close.
It's going to be close.
I'm not going to lie to you. Ben is he's going to get over 5.
There's a couple of them here that I think Andy's going to say kick himself on. But
yeah, he is, but he's just based off guesses.
I love me a Brookfield Central answer.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very, very close. Hey, Ben.
Ben's back.
How you doing?
Ben, in the wake of controversy last weekend, he escaped the room in Madison, came back, and had the best round of his life last weekend. So we were able to keep eyes on him here.
Not of my life. I've had a 12
ESPN
spot
Milwaukee
before.
Studios. What's that?
Can I just ask a question? Do you view Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust as Saturdays? You just called it the weekend twice. It's Tuesday.
Me?
He said last weekend twice.
I said weekend?
Twice.
Wow.
Twice. Andy in Brookfield.
Andy
Brookfield's
in Brookfield.
a smart area.
Smart guy. Went to Central. You should be concerned. Are you smarter than Ben Brust? 15 questions in 90 seconds. Get as many answers correct as you can. You're allowed to say pass. We will come back to it if you get through the rest. If Andy in Brookfield beats you, he's going to win an ESPN Wisconsin prize package. Any questions, Ben?
Let's cook, Ben.
All right. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. What war was ended by the Treaty of Versailles?
Vietnam.
Who wrote 1984?
Margaret Thatcher.
Who is the first female Supreme Court justice in the United States?
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
What musical instrument has 88 keys?
An organ?
What object do you traditionally knock on for good luck?
Wood.
What color is a tennis ball officially classified as?
Yellow.
What item do you fasten with a buckle?
Seatbelt.
What force keeps planets in orbit?
Inertia.
What board game introduced the phrase "Do not pass go"?
Monopoly.
What does the Roman numeral L represent?
50.
What country is home to the Great Barrier Reef?
Australia.
What part of the cell contains genetic material?
I don't know.
What U.S. coin has ridges to prevent shaving?
Quarters.
Who composed the Fifth Symphony?
God only knows what.
What planet has the most moons?
Neptune.
Who composed the Fifth Symphony? The only one you pat.
He said God only knows.
Well, no, that was my answer. Let's go with who's
You went fast through those. Who composed the Fifth Symphony?
Mozart.
Okay, Ben, you were.
We got a piece of controversy.
I know which one you're talking
why do we
about.
have controversy?
It's number 7.
Yep. What item do you fasten with a buckle?
I don't think he gets it.
I don't. Yeah, he does.
so
I don't think he gets it because that's not an item.
What are you talking about?
You don't even know what we're talking about.
Well, it is an item.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
I think you were too specific is the issue.
But it's not wrong.
How do you mean? What do you mean it's not wrong? How do you?
It's an item. It's an object.
But you don't fasten the seatbelt with the buckle. You fasten. I guess you technically
with the clip.
Uh-huh.
It's with the clip. What do you fasten with the buckle? It's technically a belt. A belt.
Dude, that's too vague for you to now say what my answer is because you wrote the
belt.
To the vagueness of that question, my answer is correct.
Well, hold on.
And you're getting quiet because you know I'm right.
No, you just said the vagueness of the question when you were ultra specific in the answer.
Exactly, because it opens up it's so vague that it could be so many different things.
What item do you fasten with a buckle? It's a belt.
A seat belt.
But I don't think you don't fasten that with a buckle. You
fasten your
it with a
seat
clip.
belt?
That is the term. I won't lie to you.
But is there a buckle on a seatbelt?
Yes, there's a buckle.
No, there's not a buckle on a seatbelt.
It's a clip.
Yeah, it's not. They might say buckle your seatbelt.
Buckle, buckle it up.
What
are we doing here?
I don't think that.
What are we doing here? The question was so bad, it was vague, and I gave an answer that fit within the realm of the.
Technically, I guess.
Yes, technically, you guess.
No. Buckles. A buckle is different.
If we throw out the question, you lose. If we give you the correct answer, you tie.
That's a tie.
Sure. I mean, you could take a tie.
I'll take a tie. Andy still wins the prize. And
looking up the anatomy of a seatbelt, it's technically the buckle and the locking mechanism.
Yeah, I don't think. I don't think
it's technically called the lock.
What's the question?
What item do you fasten with a buckle?
Again, so many possibilities, and Brad, you're getting quiet because you're trying to find it.
I guess you said seatbelt, so I guess you would give it.
It's hard. It's hard to say. I don't think it's right, but it's hard to say it's wrong.
Well, yeah, because
technically.
The question was
not wrong,
not
but
specific
it's not right.
to what item.
What a belt is.
I said, what item do you fasten? Yeah,
what item?
Yeah.
Not accessory.
This is tough.
Item is what I give you.
Item is too vague.
Well, item is because I wouldn't.
Congrats,
when I get on
Andy.
the
You're
plane,
at least gonna win or
when I
tie.
get in the car, I don't think buckling myself a seatbelt is not an item. But technically, I guess if you were to order it because it was broken, it would be an item. Bad question. You suck to start, by the way.
That's great. Let's go through the answers now that we know it's a tie. It's a tie.
Sure.
You know it is based off the vagueness of the item.
Go hard for a tie, I guess.
I think it's a tie.
Yeah.
I think it's a tie. I can't say that it's wrong.
I'm not proud of a bad question.
I
know it hurts you. I know it does.
It hurts especially to determine the game on a bad question.
Yeah.
I know.
That hurts as a journalist.
2-2-1. Still 500.
Still
Let's go.
500. All right, Andy and Brookfield, you're still going to win your prize package, but here we go with the answers. You both got a 7 spot. Wait, yes, you both got a 7 spot then? Or you're taking it away from Andy, giving him a 6?
No, I'm giving it to Ben. They both have a 7.
They both have a 7. Gotcha.
Wait, he doesn't get bet. I'm just kidding.
All right. What war was ended by the Treaty of Versailles? I'm a little offended you put the fanatical
I was worried that Kyle was going to get chosen as the reader and not
very true.
and not
Versailles is in French, of course, and Strofe put VURSY.
I know what the Treaty of Versailles is. I've heard of it.
I know that, Kyle, but you don't
French
read the questions
Revolution
until you read them on the air.
Is this the French Revolution?
No, it's not the French. It's World War I.
World War I.
Hey, damn! Why are you yelling at me?
Because he over here calling me stupid.
Well, I didn't do that.
And I cooked.
I laughed.
Versailles was a critical part of the French Revolution, though. All right. World War I. Who wrote 1984? George Orwell.
Margaret Thatcher?
Not Margaret Thatcher.
I didn't know, guys.
Who is the first female Supreme Court justice in the United States?
George
Sandra
Orwell.
Day O'Connor. Sandra Day O'Connor.
You ever heard of her?
No.
Oh, really?
Never.
I did.
What musical instrument has 88 keys?
No, this was disappointing.
This was good. A piano.
It's just a piano. I overthought
Not
it.
an organ.
You did. I was like, uh-oh. You went
Overthought
0 for 4.
I overthought it.
What object do you traditionally
Damn, I
knock
should've
on
won.
for good luck? That's wood. What color is a tennis ball officially classified in? I think Andy thought we were trying to throw him off purposely.
Why?
He said neon.
Yeah,
you said yellow.
Isn't that a classifier?
It's yellow.
No, why would you even ask a question like that? Why would you
what
say
color is a
classified
tennis
as?
ball?
Because I would make the argument it's green, but it's not classified.
It's like the old,
Green?
Gatorade. Is it yellow or green? The lemon lime. I always said yellow. Some
I've
people
always
said
thought
green.
a tennis
Did
ball was
anybody
yellow.
think the
People think green sometimes.
Really?
I've
never seen
the
that as
Gatorade
green.
one. I've never seen. I can understand the confusion on the tennis ball, though.
No, I can't.
I see green on the tennis ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you fasten with a buckle? Controversy.
A lot of
Belt.
things.
And And a seatbelt.
And a seatbelt. What force keeps planets in orbit?
Everybody's going to want this one back. I don't even know what Andy said.
Gravity. Centrifugal.
What does that mean?
It's like circular. Like you go upside down in a
just keep going
roller coaster. Centrifugal force keeps you in the seat.
Oh wow!
It's force that pushes out.
Too smart for his own good.
Gravity.
Interesting.
What board game introduced the phrase "Do not pass go"? It's Monopoly. What Roman numeral L represent? 50. Very good.
He started cooking.
What country is home to the Great Barrier Reef? Australia. What part of the cell contains genetic material? The nucleus. I love that question because it's a question that I got wrong way long ago that started off our whole guest answer thing.
Ooh.
What U.S. coin has ridges to prevent shaving? Shaving? People were shaving with quarters? It's a U.S. quarter. Who composed the Fifth Symphony? Ludwig van Beethoven.
Yeah,
Beethoven's what I was looking for.
And what famous or what planet has the most moons? Saturn.
All right, that's a tie for Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, brought to you by Lakeland University, Wisconsin's leader in flexible, personalized education. Whether you're just starting college, finishing your degree, or balancing work and family, Lakeland lets you earn your degree your way. Lakeland University, experience it your way. Very excited to have Aaron Goldhammer at 3:30. He's going to join us from ESPN Cleveland as someone with large knowledge into Jimmy Haslam's brain. He's been dealing with the Browns, covering the Browns for a long time. I'm going to celebrate that tie after Strofe is mad that he messed up Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust. We'll be back soon.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
If and buts are candies and nuts, we could have a party.
See, I
You
got
were
nuts.
way off.
I said if and buts were penis and nuts, and then I didn't know the rest.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound 43, starting off with delays from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way down through the Marquette onto the high rise. Westbound 94, you're slowing down from 27th Street all the way past Mitchell Boulevard, with the eastbound side hitting the brakes around 76th Street all the way to Hawley Road. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, a few clouds with a low of 9 above. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 25. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazga on 94.5 ESPN.
On this show, it's always football season.
I would have liked to have seen the process go a little bit longer. I would have loved to have seen them evaluate, and then if it still comes back Gannon, great.
Wilde and Tauscher, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It did feel like there was maybe a little bit of a push. If you don't bring him in and get him done now, he's going somewhere else.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Two hearts are interlinked,
intertwined,
permanently connected like two links in a chain.
The perfect symbol of a lifetime commitment.
One of the hearts is silver white.
The other is silver pink.
And each of the hearts is inlaid with tiny little diamonds that glitter like stars on a clear winter night.
The interlinked hearts are hanging on to each other as they dangle on the end of a chain.
Another perfect symbol of having a life partner.
It's not only the perfect symbol of a lifetime commitment, it's an incredibly beautiful diamond pendant.
Just $238.
The Kissing Hearts Diamond Pendant is part of the Kissing Hearts collection at Kessler's.
Even though it's just $238, it's still one of the most expensive things in the collection.
I'm buying the two-tone Kissing Hearts cross.
The mother and child is spellbinding.
There's a Kissing Hearts ring.
Kissing Hearts earrings.
And 19 other Kissing Hearts pendants.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
To find the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's four walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here, you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
This is Kyle, Brust Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle, Brust Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, and Alex Strofe is running the show. You can see us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. And, of course, the ESPN Wisconsin app. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and text line. Strofe, let me ask you a question. As in Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, there was controversy that really wasn't controversy. You asked a vague question. Can you please repeat that, Bradley?
The question
Number 7.
that caused so much controversy. What item do you fasten with a buckle?
I said seatbelt.
Yes, you did.
The answer that Strofe was looking for was belt. So, again, my question is, if I messed up on piano, I overthought it. If it was a tie and it came down to that question, would you have dug in deeper and caused hell to make sure that I didn't win?
You're saying if it had caused, if it was going to
be the difference between a tie versus a win.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Why do you ask?
Because
there's no argument to be made for your horrible question.
It's more appetizing when it's either a loss or a tie. It's easier to submit to the probably correct answer Ben gave. If it was the difference between a tie and a win, that is seismic. That goes toward the over-under. There's a lot of implications.
He'd have a win streak. It would be all bad.
A 2-game win streak.
No, 3. You won the last 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Ben,
you haven't lost.
I'm undefeated my last 3.
I believe in integrity, and I would have given you the answer.
I know you believe in integrity.
I believe in integrity, so I want you to know that.
Unfortunately, I thought Brad did, but I'm learning more about Brad the longer we do this.
Okay, here we go. I submitted eventually.
You just said it'd be different if it was a win. Good to know. You guys were very happy with.
I got to change my approach going forward. I apologize. I promise to be better for KBN Nation, but not for Ben.
Yes, Strofe, you have quite a few. You had a
and for the record,
last week too.
I did not say when we were going through the answers what keeps planets in orbit. I went on this thing about centrifugal force, gravity. I never said the answer. Some people on YouTube keeping me accountable. Gravity was the answer.
Yeah, that's overthinking it. I don't even know what's centrifugal.
So I was trying to explain to you guys
exactly.
And Strofe
was like, "What is that?" And trying to no, just. Round of the key, is this going to be good or is it going to be bad? Just tell me right off the bat.
It's going to be good.
Holding my breath.
I'm not going to ask you something from an hour and a half ago. It's a horrible question. It's a horrible question because it's not even right. I'm going to give you a nursery rhyme. Let me know if you've heard it. 1, 2, buckle my
shoe.
Yeah. Bad question. And it would never be bad if he's too specific.
But doesn't the shoe in the nursery rhyme...
Strofe just goes, get him out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Isn't in the nursery rhyme, you're buckling a belt-like
shoe
apparatus on the shoe?
I believe so, before they had Velcro.
But again, a seatbelt
you are buckling a shoe. I mean,
fasten your seatbelts.
It's not a reach. If you would have said shoe... in that answer, it'd be like, that's okay. No, we're not taking that. But
I would have been like, no, you guys don't have any shoes that buckle. Like
nursery rhyme?
Yeah, in the nursery rhyme. I would have known the nursery rhyme.
There's belt in
I guess women still buckle their shoes now, don't they?
I don't know. Well, have you ever seen a shoe have a buckle?
Yeah, women's shoes. Yeah, they have buckles.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, on the heel.
Yeah, it does have a couple of those.
All right, I see the beautiful face of Aaron Goldhammer of ESPN Cleveland. I can't wait to hear what he has to say about Jimmy Haslam, because Jimmy Haslam opened up his mouth and shouldn't have, as he was standing at a Browns press conference commenting on Giannis and the Bucks, doing right by both Giannis and the Bucks. Don't you own the Bucks? Don't you care more about the Bucks? Jimmy Haslam? Aaron Goldhammer of ESPN Cleveland, give us more insight on Jimmy Boy next.
This is Kyle, Brust Nortman.
Is one of the things that your girlfriend gets upset with is you interrupting her like this?
Probably.
I just complimented you. What the hell?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 43, we've got backups from North Avenue down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. More delays from Lincoln down to the KK River. Westbound on 94, we've got backups from just before 27th Street to Hawley Road. Eastbound from 76th Street past 68th. And taking a look at 35th Street as an alternate route to get across the Menominee Valley. The southbound side is definitely very heavy from just before, from about Clybourne all the way down to about Greenfield Avenue. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner, dedicated to helping businesses do business better. Visit jamesimaging.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, a few clouds with a low of 9 above. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 25. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazga on 94.5 ESPN.
February means big savings at Exterior Pros and Baths. Upgrade your home with energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath makeover and get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time during our February winter savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com now. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Many wins. Many wins. Waiting at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. This February, you could break the bank and get down with a share of $300,000 in prizes. Bust out your rewards card and play to earn entries. It all goes down with Thursday drawings. Break the bank. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family-owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
Come grow with us at Glenroy. For more than 6 decades, our family-owned company has built its reputation on quality, reliability, and providing strong career opportunities in our community. As the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Here, you'll find competitive wages, a clean, modern workspace, fully vested 401k, yearly bonus award, and the chance to build a manufacturing career with purpose. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers.
Your taste buds are in luck. The Reuben is back at Cousin Subs. Try this classic sub grilled to order just for you. Stacked with corned beef, Wisconsin Swiss cheese, and sauerkraut topped with Thousand Island dressing and served on rye bread. And our delicious mint shake is back. Both the Reuben and mint shake can be ordered via the Cousins app or online for a limited time only. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Hey Tom, I want a new hoop for the kids. Any ideas?
Yeah, I got mine from Precision Sports over 10 years ago. They helped me choose the right hoop, installed it, and even painted my court lines.
Nice. How do I reach them?
Easy. PrecisionSportsOnline.com for a free quote.
Start your Milwaukee weight loss program now to lose weight fast. Many lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two. Call for your free consultation. 262-235-3980. 262-235-3980 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary. You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. Strophy running the show. Excited to be joined now by Aaron Goldhammer, host of ESPN Cleveland. You can hear him on Hammer and Emmett, ESPN Radio, Saturday mornings. Aaron, what's up?
How do I look here, guys? I've never done this zooming in thing before. Do I sound okay? Do I look okay?
You sound great. Would have loved some branding, but the normal back wall of gray and green works, man. It matches your shirt.
Look, that you had a choice. You can either have me on the phone or you could have my really boring background, and I will work hard as best I can. I just need some more money from Good Karma Brands, and then I can, make this look really great back here. ESPN or somebody.
More money.
And as we know, do not hold your breath for that money. Now, Aaron, we need an expert. First, I'm going to play you a clip that ESPN Cleveland passed over to us on social media of Jimmy Haslam standing in front of a Browns logo with his orange tie, asking about or answering about Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Bucks.
Jason, Giannis is, top 3, top 4 player in the world. He brought Milwaukee its first championship in 50 years, several years ago. And he's a really good person, too. He's no problem. He's a great leader, tries hard. And I think Giannis and the Bucks, and this goes back to before we were involved, have always worked closely to see what's best for Giannis and what's best for the Bucks, and we'll continue to do so.
Going to continue to do what's best for Giannis and the Bucks. It's very interesting, but we need you as an expert of your time in Cleveland. What do people in Wisconsin and Bucks fans need to know about Jimmy Haslam?
Well, on the positive side, Ben, I will tell you that I think he's very well-meaning, and he has never spared any expense to try to make the Browns a winner. But here's what I know, and this is just the record, right? I mean, he let a homeless guy draft Johnny Manziel. He won 1 game in 2 years, and that was before he was behind the worst trade in NFL history. So if you're asking me if I had a choice, would I fire Jimmy Haslam as owner of the Browns? I would, not because I think that he's like derelict in his duties as an owner, but just because I think that history shows his decision-making as an owner of a team has just been totally horrendous in Cleveland. And that's not a personal attack by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, that's just look at the Browns' record during his tenure, and it's been absolutely brutal, terrible decision after terrible decision.
Aaron, the Bucks fans obviously have some level of familiarity with, Jimmy Haslam and the Cleveland Browns and sort of a rough go-around as it's been in the recent years for the Browns. But I think Bucks fans are thinking to themselves, well, maybe it'll be different here in Milwaukee with the Bucks. What would you say to Bucks fans that have that kind of thinking?
Well, I think that's possible because he already has a structure in place with the Bucks that really he kind of blew up the whole Browns front office and structure. There are very few people that worked for the Browns going back to the Lerner era, whereas John Horst was not hired by Jimmy Haslam in any way, shape, or form. The Browns have always been at their best when Jimmy and D. Haslam step to the background and the football team is in the foreground and is what we're talking about. If we're bringing up the name Haslam on our ESPN Cleveland shows a lot, that's generally bad news, and it usually means the Browns have just fired somebody or they've just had, like a 1 or 0 win season. Now, if they decided to move on from John Horst, or they were trying to replace Doc Rivers, or they were making a big decision that involved the Haslams, I would say beware, just because I think his track record, with me at least, look, the best decision he's made as owner of the Browns is choosing ESPN Cleveland as a tremendous broadcast partner. The worst decision, there are a lot of terrible ones that are jockeying for the top 5 in that list.
Can you get me more information on this homeless thing? I think we glossed by that way too quick.
Well, it's sort of an urban myth, but apparently the morning of the draft in 2014, there was a homeless guy outside of some downtown office building that Jimmy Haslam walked out of, and he was holding a sign that said, I'm hungry, need food, or whatever. At Cleveland, like many big cities, Milwaukee notwithstanding, has a little bit of a homeless problem. And so the unhoused person looked up at Mr. Haslam, according to the myth, and said that you should draft Johnny Manziel. So the Browns had no plans to draft Manziel. They took a corner earlier in the round who was a total bust, actually worse than Manziel, was a horrible pick in Justin Gilbert from Oklahoma State.
Oh, yeah.
And then they ended up taking Johnny later in the round because he texted the quarterback coach, Dowell Loggins, and said, let's wreck this league. And Haslam apparently just, couldn't, he just couldn't, restrain himself. And that's sort of Jimmy, Ben. Like those are the moments that make you shake your head that, Deshaun Watson had told the Browns, no, I don't want to come to Cleveland. I want to go to Atlanta. I want to go to Carolina. But Jimmy couldn't help himself from saying, here's $230 million guaranteed dollars. Those are the times when he sort of gets himself in trouble, when he fancies himself Jerry Jones and he inserts himself too deeply into the organization.
Aaron Goldhammer, host of the Really Big Show at ESPN Cleveland, has opinions on Jimmy Haslam, which we need after hearing him open up his mouth about Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Bucks here on Kyle, Brust Nortman.
Well, Aaron, as a follow-up, how often should we be expecting Jimmy Haslam to step into where he's maybe not well-equipped to be? Because are we expecting Jerry Jones-like level of involvement, or is it something where maybe he's learning his lesson and starts to back up, at least from the Bucks?
He owns a soccer team in Columbus that he doesn't get that involved in because they're successful and they keep winning championships, and he's built a stadium there. And so he hasn't had to insert himself in that many decisions. Look, you guys know the Bucks ownership dynamic better than me. At least at the present time, I think it's safe to say he's not the only governor in the room right now, right? I mean, Wes
Correct.
Edens is still a part of the. Now, I don't know how much longer that's going to be the case. Again, you guys would have more information than me, but our sense around Cleveland is that the Haslams will own a larger stake of the Bucks at some point, but I don't know for sure whether that's true or not. But I think having that check in place means that Haslam was much more involved in the Browns coaching search than he is Giannis's future and where he gets traded. There was a joke that went around on our station, which was Giannis saw the Browns hired Todd Monken, and that's when he decided that he needed to demand a trade because those two things happened within about 20 minutes of each other. As far as I know, I've not spoken to Eric Name or any of our Bucks insiders, but I believe that is just a joke and is not true from the Antetokounmpo family. But, Bucks Plus, a little Thanalysis, you guys will have to reach out to the Greek family, Greek first family of Wisconsin, and let me know.
Kyle, you're way too damn serious right now.
I mean,
I know this hurts you, but you can laugh.
I guess for me, Aaron, deep down in your heart's a heart. Do you ever believe that this guy can actually run? I'm no shot at MLS. Everybody loves soccer. We love football, Americano, or whatever. I guess that's real football. But do you really think in your heart of hearts that the Bucks will ever be able to win a championship with Jimmy and D, who I don't know what D does, but her name's attached to everything, with Jimmy in charge?
Do I think the Bucks could win a championship?
Do you think no? Okay, all right. That's encouraging.
Look, you guys, from where I sit, okay, the Bucks have made every possible investment that anyone could ask around Giannis and took two giant swings in chase of a championship. And the first swing for Jrue Holiday worked with flying colors. And because of it, you'll have a statue and a banner hanging in the rafters and memories that'll last a lifetime, right? 50 points, game 6, incredible moments, great family memories that you'll cherish forever. But they've continued to try to build around Giannis, whether it's the Dame trade or the wave and stretch and Miles Turner and all these. And I just think from where I sit, like this whole thing is just kind of run its course about as much as it could possibly run. The Bucks with Giannis aren't even in the play-in tournament right now. If they were on pace to be a 50 or 55 win team, Kyle, I don't think we'd be having this conversation right now. I think the Bucks would be taking a swing at a championship. The problem is they're a horrible team without Giannis, but they're a bad team right now with Giannis. And so I think their best path forward is to try to find the next Giannis, which is a daunting ask. But it's not impossible.
Get on that.
Can you give us an example of when they did something right in Cleveland outside of them assigning picking ESPN Cleveland as the broadcast partner? For real.
The hire
don't give it to
Kevin
him,
Stefanski. Stefanski lasted for 6 years here, and they went to the playoffs twice. Now, in Browns land, they should name a street after him. You know what I mean? In Green Bay, you got to win a championship to have a street. But in Berea, you make the playoffs, you get a street named after you. So I don't think anybody would look at the Stefanski hire and say that was a total bust.
He has a losing record. You know what? The reason why I'm so down on Jimmy is I've never seen a coach have a losing record in 6 years and get fired and get a job and be a hot commodity because he won. He almost was 500 with the Cleveland Browns. That's how bad of an organization Jimmy has run, is that a guy gets applauded for winning 46 games and being under 500.
Look, if you're making a list of the worst owners in sports, I mean, if you just go through the facts, okay, I have had to talk about Jimmy Haslam and the FBI. I have had to talk about Jimmy Haslam and a winless season. I've had to talk about Jimmy Haslam and the worst trade in the history of sports. I've had to talk about Jimmy Haslam and a quarterback showing up intoxicated to work. But in Cleveland, I guess, Kyle, our approach is that we just don't have any other choice. We have no say in the matter. And again, they have dropped a ton of money on this community. They've been very philanthropic in a lot of ways. You could do worse, I think.
He's going to have great interviews on 101.7 The Truth with D. Haslam.
Listen, if he's listening to a homeless man, according to Sal Palantonio, then why not listen to Kyle Wallace? Maybe I could pull some strings around here. Maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way.
It's a truly incredible story.
Kyle, D is clearly the superior Haslam. I mean, if you ask Jimmy and ask just about anybody, if you had a choice between the two, you would side with D. So I hope you guys get a chance to get to know the family. And look, the soccer team is good. That's one point that I can make. I know you went football Americano and did, I don't know. You used to have a Deportes station there in Milwaukee.
We sure did. Shout out to Raul.
If you still did, they'd want the Haslams to bring the MLS, and start kicking butt. So there you go.
Aaron Goldhammer, we appreciate the time. That was one of the most inspiring 15 minutes I've ever been a part of.
Thanks, Aaron.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, I just want us to understand that the Columbus Crew have a salary of $19.2 million total. So that's that. So I mean, he can throw that. He can buy a championships for the Columbus Crew anytime he wants. Gets the best players.
I want your full reaction, especially Brad's. I mean,
that was entertaining.
This is our guy in Milwaukee. This month, you continue to grow at the Princeton Club. I'm telling you, when you think about working out and you think about health, you need a foundation. And the foundation of growing in all areas of your life needs to be a healthy body. And you can do that at the Princeton Club. I can't wait for those summer days when all the work that my wife and I are putting in now will pay off, when we can drop our kid off, work out, then take her to the pool, whatever you're looking for. They will provide it. Madison locations, New Berlin and Milwaukee. The Princeton Club has it all. So again, if you're looking to grow in 2026, the Princeton Club is the place for you because they have people continuously pushing you to be better every single day. Find your better tomorrow and grow your healthy foundation with a healthy body at the Princeton Club. We wrap up the ESPN Wisconsin portion and react to Jimmy Haslam. He's great. Next.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman.
I'm sorry that I don't want to touch Ben's Peter.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some Why are you throwing? I don't want.
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Tired of waking up exhausted? That dad bod weighing you down? Let's get you back to the old you. If your energy, focus, and drive aren't what they used to be, your hormones could be out of balance. At Mentality, we'll dig into what's really going on, then build a personalized, science-backed plan using hormone therapy and peptide treatments to get your brain and your body back on track. So stop telling yourself you're just getting older. Book your appointment now at lowtusa.com. Right now, all new patient labs are covered in your treatment plan. That's a savings of $250. Go to lowtusa.com.
Selling your home during winter may surprise you. Serious buyers are still out there and often more eager to move.
Homes get strong offers this time of year, and with less competition, your listing can really shine.
I'm Tony Windhorst with Tony Windhorst & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
And I'm Lindsay Bendler. Our team leads with faith, gratitude, and giving back, donating over $200,000 to local causes since 2020.
Tony Windhorst & Associates is ready to get to work for you with our white glove selling experience. Just search online, Tony Windhorst.
A real estate team that always leads with faith and gratitude.
Tony Windhorst & Associates.
At Big Fish Contracting, we want every home project to be a good story worth sharing. That's why we as a team aim to exceed your expectations. We can improve any aspect of your home. Everything from a complex remodel to the essential roof, gutters, siding, and windows. Integrity, humility, and kindness are why we've grown in southeastern Wisconsin for the last 2 decades. Visit bigfishcontracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
With your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, I'm Will Summers. This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Altoona junior Grayson Becker. One game after joining the 1,000-point club, Becker delivered another eye-opening performance, pouring in 44 points in a win over Ellsworth. He finished the night 14 of 19 from the field and added 8 rebounds, continuing a stretch of play that has defined his standout season. Becker has been one of the most productive scorers in the state, averaging 26.3 points per game, along with 3.5 rebounds and 3.3 assists. With growing Division I and Division II interest, Becker continues to raise the bar as his junior season rolls on. Congratulations to Grayson Becker, your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Real James Imaging Systems clients. You've heard them right here on the radio for years. For instance, Chris Willems, office manager with Previent Law Firm.
I like the fact that the company is local and I can always get a hold of my representative who I have on speed dial or I have a cell phone.
Then there's James Imaging Systems client Preston Clark, who oversees IT services at Creative Business Interiors.
If I do need service, they're here almost within 4 hours every time. I've never had an issue where I'm like, where is that guy?
James Imaging Systems business technology client Lori Salzman, Vice President of Enterprise Services at Junior Achievement of Wisconsin.
I've never met an organization that is so responsive to make sure that we are up and running all the time for us to be more efficient and allow us to focus more on the work that we do for helping young people.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. To learn more, visit jamesimaging.com.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Time for you to taste what all that screaming is about. It's Screamin' Sicilian Pizza from Palermo's, and it's so dang good. For 1 week, you can stock up at Pick and Save and Metro Market. It's buy one, get one free. Yep, twice the cheese-loaded, topping-packed, flavor-screaming pizza for the price of one. This is amazing. Ending February 10th, so you have a week, 7 days. Pick and Save Metro Market to get the best frozen pizzas in the world and put them in your freezer chest if you have one, in your freezer. Man, I need to get a freezer chest because I would just get like 20 Palermos and just make sure I have it all the time, which I do. But I don't have the Brad chest-sized house.
I'm
Brad,
looking up.
I have room for a chest.
I'm looking up that Screaming Sicilian. I'm thin and crispy barbecue chicken right now.
Oh, that sounds so good. I do need to stack up, though. So, Nortman Freezer, get ready.
Taste what all that screaming from Palermo's is about. Let's get the pulse of one Kyle Wallace. How you feeling?
Well, I'll just say I respect Aaron a lot, and he knows sports, and he loves his teams. I mean, and the thing is, he covers a team that he doesn't even cheer for, but he just covers it. So he's not as emotionally invested in the Cleveland Browns like I am the Milwaukee Bucks, the Green Bay Packers, Milwaukee Brewers. And I would just say this. It's going to be a long ride. Buckle up, as we talked about. Buckle up. It's going to be a long ride under Jimmy. Yeah,
Buckle.
I can, now that I think about it, you know how we all thought it was real odd when the Bucks decided to take on Damian Lillard's contract where we just ate $20 million for 5 years? Like, ooh, that's crazy.
It'll hurt.
Well, you know what? Jimmy probably said, $20 million, that's it? A year? Nah, do it. And so I have an inkling that he said he's well-intentioned, and so I think that he's going to want to do the best he can and thinks you could just throw money at anything and everything when really you need to have a strategy to build.
Talking about Jimmy Haslam, who is, an governor of the Milwaukee Bucks.
There's a term in psychology called the Dunning-Kruger effect. You guys ever heard of this?
God.
Dunning-Kruger, the other thing, you got all types of names.
So what it is when someone is highly skilled in one area, they think they are skilled in all other areas as well. They overestimate their confidence in areas where they're not skilled.
Oh, my God. We all looked at Alex.
He's Dunning-Kruger.
We all looked at Stroh.
Dunning-Kruger stroke.
The Dunning-Kruger effect. When you're great in one area, you overestimate your abilities in all other areas because you think you can just carry over. I get those vibes with Jimmy Haslam. He was great in business. He was great in philanthropy. He just thinks that greatness will just spill over into sports decision-making.
Didn't I say Strofe and Jimmy had something in common?
Lack of self-belief.
Yeah. I mean, now they got the Strofe and Jimmy syndrome.
The Strofe and Haslam effect.
I'm on the phone. What are you talking about? I'm answering phone calls. Well, why did you all look at me like that?
Have you ever heard of the Dunning-Kruger effect?
I am not familiar.
It's a psychological term used to describe when somebody is a highly skilled expert in one specific area, you overestimate your abilities in all other areas.
Well, so there's a fundamental issue with using that against me. What the hell am I highly skilled in?
Here we go. No. Do not fall for the bait. He's throwing for the compliments.
You're really good at what you do, Strofe. Really good.
I would argue I'm skilled at what I do. I think highly skilled.
Bro, you just told a former player in a national semifinal for Division I basketball
that I could score 1 point against him?
That you could score 1 point on him, and you believe.
I still can't believe you guys have slept on that information.
It's still a shocking declaration.
Yeah, you lack self-awareness.
If we played 1-on-1 to 11.
Here we go.
Ones and twos, correct? Not twos and threes.
Here we go.
Ones and twos. You don't think I could, if we started the game at 10-0 me, you don't think I could score 1 point?
Yeah, all you have to do is try to play defense on you. You're not scoring.
I don't think you'll score.
I don't think you. Dude literally was playing basketball with Conk and Nipple all year.
But my favorite part about this is he goes, after sleeping on it, I was like, I ain't thinking about this.
That's very
I ain't
true.
worried about you, buddy.
No. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying.
No,
in general,
I'm saying you have been thinking about it.
We've had 24 hours to think about the information, although none of us probably thought of it.
No, you did.
Yeah, I got shots up last night. Made sure my long game was in touch.
How was it?
The long game. What is this, golf? Long game. I swear the kids never play basketball. He never play sports.
This guy ain't scoring a point on me. I was working on my long game.
I forgot what phrase he used before, but it's always wrong.
Oh, in the post? I was in the block? I'm really good in the block.
No, on the block.
On the block.
On the block.
Oh, my God.
What you know about the block?
Oh, Alex is wrong.
Oh, it's entertaining.
So what is he? Because this explains exactly what you were explaining.
Dunning-Kruger's effect.
What is it? Dunning-Kruger.
The Strofe and Haslam syndrome. Strofe and Haslam syndrome. We're back in 2 minutes.
Well, suddenly we have a rash of crashes. We have, first of all, on 894 southbound, just south of Beloit Road, left lane's blocked with a crash. We also have one on 894 westbound, almost a turn onto northbound in the Hale interchange. That's got the right shoulder blocked. Then we've also got eastbound 94, just about at Calhoun. We've got an accident off on the right shoulder. This one's kind of off the road-ish. And emergency crews are on the scene, like an ambulance is there, so looks like they've got the right lane blocked off. And then we've also got some debris as well in that neck of the woods. So please be extra careful. Eastbound is going to be slowing in from Barker Road all the way to Calhoun. Back on the brakes from just east of 84th Street to Hawley Road. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, a few clouds with a low of 9 above. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 25. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
At Citizens Bank, we believe banking is more than transactions. It's about being recognized and remembered. It's feeling like you're understood and supported along the way. It's the small stuff that says, we know you. Because when your bank gets you, banking just feels better. Citizens Bank. Bank where you belong. Learn more at citizensbankwi.bank/belong. Citizens Bank is member FDIC.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle, Brust Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. The 414 Hour on KBN is brought to you by Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's leader in Pella window installation. Looking for new windows, siding, roof, and doors? Visit them at sidingunlimited.com.
It's the 414 Hour at both on KBN.
414. 414. 414.
Okay.
414.
Let's get it.
414.
Yeah.
414.
Yeah.
414.
My city.
414.
I feel like this happened when I wasn't here, so I feel very left out.
Yes, it did happen when you weren't here.
It did.
Just jump in with us.
You might say that I inspired it because I clearly gave a 414 that was so good. Strofe just busted into the 414 riff. What is that
He
called?
was good last
The
week.
boy was practicing.
He was good.
Yeah?
That was
The boy
good.
was he didn't rush it. He got her with the swag.
Felt
Even
it.
watch, he got her with some swagger, and he was like, "It's the 414." I said, "Brad, where you get that from?" I said, "Papa Brad a little bit different than
That's
non-Papa
right.
Brad."
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofer on the show. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. And what's been lost in today's show is the fact that Brian Gutekunst is speaking for the first time since the Micah Parsons trade tomorrow at around 12:30. And so I ask you at 800-990-3776, and of course, you all here with me. If Goody was only going to answer one question, I need the best question. You get one question, that's it. One question. And I want to hear from KBN Nation, 800-990-3776. He's up there. He hasn't talked since the Micah Parsons trade, and he's only going to be up there for one question. We'll pick the best one, pass to Jason Wilde, and he said he would ask it. He did not say that. But we will still pick our favorites.
I was say, really?
No one said anything there.
Well, hold on. I think if maybe I weaseled my way in and said, Jason, this is the question I really want to know, and I don't say, hey, this is Ben's idea.
Yeah.
He might ask it.
You might. Still a big might. So if you could ask Goody one thing, what are you asking?
Thought long and hard about it. A lot of angles you can take. And I don't want the just Goody answer, right? Give me a real answer. If I knew he was going to give me a real answer, here's what I'd ask him. I'd say,
yes, let's operate on the assumption, I guess, that he's going to
give you a real answer.
Say something other than coach speak and general manager talk.
I would say, Mr. Goody, last year at this time, you declared that the Packers should be ready to start competing for championships, but you were 7th seed and you got bounced in the first round of the playoffs. Reflecting on this prior season, do you think that the lack of ability to tackle that goal was primarily players and personnel or primarily coaching? That's what I would ask him.
Man, I thought Jason Wilde was asking that question.
That's a long question. That was very Jason Wilde inspired. You did throw his name out in the segment.
That was similar to what I was going at.
I want to know, basically, does he think I've given Matt LaFleur everything he should need to compete for championships? Or does he think,
I think it's all parties. I got to continue to do a good job with the scouting crew, and Matt's going to continue to do a great job with the players that are around. We got a lot of trust. We're very happy, that Matt, myself, and Russ have been extended, and we're gonna put in the work to make sure that we move this thing forward. And, obviously. Micah getting hurt, it changed a lot for this football team, and we believe in the guys that we have, and we're gonna build off that. But a disappointing ending. But I think you could all see what we're building here in Green Bay.
That would be a nightmare answer. I mean, it's so Goody, and I think I could close my eyes and even see Brian Gutekunst in my mind.
I feel like I nailed that.
But that's exactly you nailed it. You nailed it. That's what it's going to be, which is why I wish I could just put a little truth serum in his coffee, get a real answer.
So, if you don't mind, because I think if I could point a flaw in your question,
please.
You gave him.
Oh, this is what we're doing, huh?
Too much of an out?
Well, like it was like you made it about him or Matt, right?
Yeah.
And you could tie those together. I have something that I want to just point at him, right?
Ooh.
So for our conversations here on Kyle, Brust Nortman, we've been talking a lot about roster construction. And how does it look like in 2026? And how do you make it better? How do you build depth? How do you get the starters? Tauscher's coming in here. He wants a special teams guy. This, that, and the other thing. Yesterday or the other day, Brad's talking about the 2021 and 2022 draft classes and how guys are good, but they don't become elite and that whole thing. And if this is a draft and development team, I want to look at Goody. At what point does patience for players you draft turn into misjudging your own roster?
That's a direct shot at the man.
It's a good question, though. Basically, like, how long are you going to give a guy to develop before you say, we got to move on? Because I could think of a number of guys. The Packers almost always let their first 4
I
to
could give
5
some examples.
Guys, they finish their contract. At a minimum, finish their contract.
You could talk about Amari Rodgers. How come he was on
3 years, didn't he?
Yeah.
Too long. Again, like that's like the thing is
third round pick.
The patience that he has for the guys that he drafts, the 5th-year option for a Darnell Savage, the moving on from an Eric Stokes who then, does some good things out in Las Vegas. Cole Van Lanen who signs a big contract with the Jaguars, right? But keeping on to other players in Green Bay that have not panned out. So I just I really think, as Kyle says a lot recently, that we've been very critical of Matt LaFleur, but where's all the attention to Goody? That I'm trying to find something that puts him on the spotlight of, you just got the extension. I'm basically asking why did you earn it?
Well, I want to say,
in your opinion,
my question would be, how do you avoid replaying an offseason where you saw a free agent class and a draft class not contribute in a major way to this team again next year?
Another good question.
I got a lot of questions, man. You said you wanted to address the offensive line after the Eagles game. What's the offensive line going to look like after you rebuilt it, sign Aaron Banks, and draft Anthony Belton and Jordan Morgan? Like, how are you going to tell me that that's going to be better? I know I wouldn't ask it this way. Than where you were 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They're almost going backwards from where they were against Philly. Because as I was listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning on 94.5 ESPN, Jen's talking about how this was the 20th ranked pass defense in the NFL. They've been top 5 for ever. Because that's what they do.
Yeah, I don't know.
And Jordan was taking hits.
You're talking about pass protection.
Pass protection, sorry.
The offensive line collapsed last year.
And Jordan's taking hits, and it's just and now Tauscher's coming in here talking about we need a special teams guy. No, He should stick to what he said he cares about most was his trenches.
Yeah,
the trenches are more important.
20th in
Because
pass
if you
protection.
get some special teams plays and make field goals, great. But if your team's trash in the trenches, you ain't going anywhere.
And meanwhile, your O-line is probably going to experience the most uncertainty it has in Goody's tenure. Like they're going to have more first-time true starters next year, at least for the Green Bay Packers, like wearing a Packer uniform, than any year previously. So they're already not starting in a good spot, and they're going to experience a bit of upheaval to where Jordan Love can't be feeling good about sitting back in the pocket and reading coverage next year.
It'll be very interesting to see exactly what he does because there's so many different holes to be filled. And I do believe that Jordan Love has to have better protection because we saw it in that Bears game in the second half when the Bears just pinned their ears back because they had nothing to lose. They're already down double digits. It's like, all right, well, we send pressure.
Release the hounds.
Yeah, they send pressure. They pick us apart. Well, that means they're scoring more points like they did in the first half, or you disrupt their flow, exactly what the Bears were able to do, and it stymied the Packers' offense. And the offensive line that you talked about, I mean, the guys that are coming back, they're nothing to write home about. Like, you can't get excited about a Jordan Morgan. You can't get super excited about an Anthony Belton, and you can't get excited about an Aaron Banks. And so that is the part that scares me for the Packers is the offensive line is probably one of the most important things that the Packers need to have simply because you need to protect that guy in Jordan Love, who is your franchise quarterback. If he is under duress, we know what the stats are. His level of play, it goes down when he is under pressure that way. Where he has time to pass the ball, he's one of the best in the NFL, and the Packers need to ensure that they're able to put him in a position to be successful because as he goes, his team goes.
Yeah, Jordan Love is not the guy to be inventive, creative, be outside the pocket, Patrick Mahomes, I dare I say even Caleb Williams style. If he is in the pocket and given time, he's elite. I do believe that, but I can't call him elite.
The numbers
because
show
not
it.
all games, not all part of his game is elite, and that includes scrambling. Here's the other thing, though. Packers pass protection 20th in the NFL. I would venture to say that their run game blocking was even worse. The running game never got going all year. Josh Jacobs, even Emmanuel Wilson and those guys when they were in there, it never got going. It always felt like it was underwhelming, especially when you compare it to last year. 2 years ago, when Josh Jacobs came in, got over 1,000 yards, and you felt like, oh, the Packers can run the ball again.
1,300 yards, I think it was.
Yeah, I think that's right.
And then we looked at that 1,050 yards as an over-under. I don't know what ring he's showing us. What is that ring?
I think he was in our fantasy football draft.
Oh, Ryan McGuanago? Hey! Yeah.
They gave out rings this year?
Yeah.
And Lombardi trophy on that. It's powerful.
Yeah.
And again...
Yeah, the run game has stunk as well.
Yes, I was basically mentioning how it was easy money to Bradley Nortman that Josh Jacobs would go over 1,050 yards after his 1,300-ish yard season the first time around.
You just got to make sure that this kid in Jordan Love isn't under pressure. Like obviously that's something that's going to happen, but the better the offensive line, the better this team is going to be. So he needs to find a way. He needs to pick and choose because you're not going, as Ben said, you're not going to be able to build everything. But I do think a priority needs to be rebuilding this offensive line because the defense, despite the flaws that it has, the defense with a healthy Micah Parsons, you can legitimately run him back with some draft picks.
You can be good enough.
It's crazy. He impacts the game that much that it's not that you don't need to address things, but I would put the offensive line number one on the list to make sure it is better. Whoever leaves, who's ever coming up from the draft picks.
But Goody failed. He literally moved Elton Jenkins from guard to center, and it was not working before Elton Jenkins got hurt. He literally brought in Aaron Banks and paid him big-time money, and Aaron Banks was just meh, right? And so when you make all these decisions, you invest all this money, and you shuffle things around, and you end up failing, this is the end result that you get where you're once again disappointed with the 7 seed. You missed out on the opportunity to win the NFC North. If he gets the offensive line right, I believe the Packers win the NFC North.
Well, Chef Ed chimes in. Someone slap me and wake me up. Kyle's making sense.
Okay, Chef Ed. Me and Chef Ed got beef right now.
Why?
He was talking crazy.
Chef Ed talking crazy.
Yeah, so he on my poop list right now.
What'd he say?
Okay.
He's just running his mouth.
About?
I don't know. He's old and senile. I don't know what these old people be.
But what do you run his mouth about? Why do you have beef?
I don't know, Stroh.
You're the one that sounds senile if you don't remember what he said. You just said he was running his mouth.
I'll keep it between me and the talking text line.
Ooh.
Yeah. Chef Ed know what he said.
Oh.
And come say it to my face, old man.
Is this real beef?
No.
It seems that way.
It's probably somewhere in between there. Brad, why don't you tell us about how you can keep your limbs fresh in the cold weather.
Oh, that's right. The cold weather. Nothing exposes pain in your joints like the cold weather. And that's why we're lucky that here in the Milwaukee area, we got QC Kinetics. They got offices in Greenfield and Mequon, and they are the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. So before you're told that your only options are surgery or drugs or whatever invasive surgery that maybe your surgeons are telling you, get that second opinion that you deserve, because QC Kinetics is right here using treatments on the cellular level to use your body's own natural healing power to give you that fresh start, get rid of pain, reduce inflammation, and get you living your best life here in 2026. It will be warm weather before you know it. And I want you to be ready for it, to be able to be active and enjoying life. 40,000 people have already said yes to QC Kinetics, and they're living their best life. You could be 40,001. Get your free consultation today and call QC Kinetics, 414-240-2298, 414-240-2298, 414-240-2298.
Strofe has an update on the other side. Chef Ev just called. Don't go anywhere. You need this update on the other side.
This is Kyle, Brust Nortman, KBN.
What's going on? Big, come on.
It's getting tough. It's getting slow.
Ben, don't be pathetic. Your father's with your baby. They're listening. You gotta be better.
But I'm giving it my all. I don't know what you're at either.
Stop humping the ground.
Yeah.
Get up.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We have an accident on eastbound 94 just before you get to Calhoun. The outer lanes are blocked right now, so we have big delays coming in from just east of Highway F all the way to that point. The westbound side also slowing down from Moreland Road to where that accident scene is. We also have a crash on the ramp from Moreland Road to 94 eastbound. Another one on 894 westbound just before you get to the ramp to go northbound in the Hale. That one has the right lane blocked as well, so watch for delays coming in from 76th Street to that point. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, a few clouds with a low of 9 above. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 25. Weather's brought to you by Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more. Easy and affordable apparel personalization with no minimums and fast turnaround. For all your printing needs, bigfrog.com/Mequon. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
On this show, it's always football season.
I would have liked to have seen the process go a little bit longer. I would have loved to have seen them evaluate. And then if it still comes back Gannon, great.
Wilde and Tauscher, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It did feel like there was maybe a little bit of a push. If you don't bring him in and get him done now, he's going somewhere else.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Grab the dial and crank it up, baby, because Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is spinning its Winning Hits collection. Over the next 3 months, you could win a share of over $1 million in prizes. On top of thousands in cash and reward play, you could win one of 3 new Ford vehicles in the grand finale drawings on March 27th. Just play with your rewards card to earn entries. Press play on the Winning Hits collection, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Imagine working with a contractor that quits halfway through a project or never calls you back when you have questions, or worse, takes your money and you never see them again. Unfortunately, we hear about them all the time. Hi, this is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, and Siding Unlimited is absolutely not that company. Siding Unlimited has been doing business for 32 years, proving to be an honest, ethical, and forthright company. If you're looking for the honest guys for your next siding, windows, roofing, and doors project, stop by sidingunlimited.com today.
Why DIY your frozen pizza toppings when Screamin' Sicilian already went over the top for you? We're talking whole milk mozzarella, heaps of premium meats, a mountain of veggies. Screamin' Sicilian is frozen pizza stacked, no add-ons needed. Mamma mia! Screamin' Sicilian, so loaded with toppings, it's almost cheating. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section and taste what all the screamin' is about.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. Like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear. Only with Packers Checking. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Disney on Ice presents Frozen and Encanto in one exciting family experience. Sing along with Anna and Elsa in wintry Arendelle. And celebrate the power of love, y familia, with Mirabel and Bruno in the show everyone will be talking about, live in your hometown. Coming to Fiserv Forum February 12th through 16th. Tickets on sale now. Visit DisneyOnIce.com for show details.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. I'm sorry, I forgot. We were just chatting, and I looked at Strofe, and I knew exactly what we were going to do here, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. So, apparently Kyle you're annoyed by Chef Ed.
I mean, Chef Ed just doesn't stop sometimes. I mean, you know that annoying woman that you talk to that you're like, boy, this is a mistake. The crazy one you like, but you're like, oh my gosh, do I really want to go back and talk to her because I know when I talk to her, she's going to be a stage 5 clinger. He has that energy.
Fair enough. It's Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, and Brad Nortman Strofe for the show. We were after learning about said beef between Kyle Wallace and Chef Ed, I saw Chef Ed's name pop up on the call screen.
Oh, of course.
He spoke to
Chef
one
Ed,
Alex
crazy
Strofe.
girl always calls you over and over and over until you answer. Like, of course.
Can you please summarize the conversation between you, Alex Strofe, and Chef Ed?
Effectively, it was, I might be old, but at least my opinions on sports aren't stupid and suck. I'll be there in 10 minutes, and Kyle better come out and talk to me like a man.
Oh.
Because I'll say it to his face, he knows nothing about sports. So, Chef
what are you going to do? Are you going to go say it to him? You guys going to hash it out?
Don't get intimidated now.
I'm not going out there with that man. He going to get lost. Remember the last time he was in here and got kicked out?
He did get kicked out.
Well, I had to tell security. Well,
what do you mean?
I had to tell security he's with us, and I was like, ooh, should have done that.
Come on now. That man, he going to get lost walking around here wandering around.
So, again, Kyle's going to back down from something that's going to happen.
Oh, he's going to get kicked out by security. Yes, y'all want me to go out there and go face-to-face with a 70-something.
You seem scared.
Be gentle, though, Kyle.
He's not going to punch you.
I know he ain't going to punch me, but the last thing I want is an old man talking and spitting in my face with his talking. Then all of a sudden he just, passes out from talking too fast. Now we got a medical emergency on our hands.
This was supposed to be fun. Now you're just ageist right now.
Ageist?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's old. What do you mean? What person has freedom at 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
He's retired.
Retired. Okay, yeah.
He's retired. He said that.
Is he retired or did the game retire him? Which one is it? Which one is it?
I can't tell you that. I don't know.
I thought you were supposed to pay him a visit.
What if Chef Ed comes here with one of his chef creations and said, Kyle, we can bury the hatchet if you just eat one of my creations?
Now, y'all know damn well I ain't eating nothing.
Ryan McGuanago just chimed in because he stopped by our window to show off his KBN fantasy football ring.
Nice ring.
I definitely should turn around for the Kyle Wallace Chef Ed in person. Let's get a gathering. Let's get a gathering of people at Third Street Market Hall for a sports debate between Kyle Wallace and Chef Ed.
I would say hug it out, but I'm sure you stank. So we're going to keep you a couple feet away.
Dang, bro.
Personal
He
shot.
ain't showered today. It's 4:22 and he got time to come. I'll beat her in 10 minutes. I told you, the crazy stalker female. Listen, been there, done that before.
I will say, every time
go,
we've seen
bro,
Chef
look at
Ed, I've
the
never seen him
calls.
put together.
Thank you. There it is.
He's just a retired guy.
I used to see him at a local grocery store, and he was working.
Did he look put together
Was he
there?
put together?
Yes.
Did you look
That
like
was
they
high
all
pitch.
wear the same outfit.
Did
so-
you buy? Were you willing to buy the meat when you saw him behind the counter?
I wasn't in the I wasn't in the place where I needed any deli meats. At
That's
the
an
time.
excuse.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't buy any of Chef Ed's meat.
Yeah.
Hell no, I didn't. I ain't buying no.
So
None of
Ben
that.
ain't buying the meat from Chef Ed. Brad said he always looked disheveled whenever he sees him.
Strofe, you got any Chef Ed takes?
I'm the bad guy.
I like Chef Ed.
Of course. Mr.
He used to hate Strofe. Remember?
Well, now Strofe is very nice to him, and so
I'm nice to everybody.
Yeah,
I'm a nice guy.
Yeah.
Who am I not nice to?
I mean, Strofe is pretty nice.
Yeah, you're pretty nice.
I'm nice to Diana McGuardigo. I'm nice to
I'm
Chef
a nice
Ed.
guy.
I'm nice to all of our callers that everybody else isn't nice to.
Yeah. And Chef Ed used to cheat on our 7 at 11 too.
Sure he did on Sunday Karma.
100%.
All right. I'm supposed to do something here.
You here yet?
He's going to
said
get
10
lost.
minutes ago.
10 minutes? It takes him 10 minutes to put his boots on. He ain't going to be here till 5:30. He'll be long gone by the time he get here. He going to come here shaking his fist at home. Home going to shake his fist right back. What do you want? It'll be old man shake off. Come on now, stop
You
it.
should warn security out here. Like, if you see an old man,
take him away.
Kick him out.
The funny part, he literally almost got kicked out one time.
He did. That's true.
He did.
Weren't we telling him to yell?
Brewers.
He was screaming in the middle of the Third Street Market.
What same person go to a public place and just start yelling? Come on now, stop
Our great fans do. You need to appreciate Chef
I
Ed.
appreciate Chef Ed, but I'm saying we need a break.
Wow.
You got speaking of elderly, do you have Jimmy Haslam for us to play? No. So the news of the day is actually there is no news of the day. The news of the day is Strofe read off 18 different tweets and reporters and this and that, and it all means nothing because let's go around the horn here. Percent chance Giannis is moved by the deadline. Go.
35.
0.
Yeah, I think Brad's really close. I think it's like 30.
I had 20 in my head. Mm-hmm. I had 20% chance that Giannis is moved by the deadline.
I think the Bucks are just getting a pulse. Literally,
I agree.
A pulse.
I agree.
And then gearing up for summer.
And then as I continue to say, if you are operating in chaos, which is chaotic for a lot of teams at the deadline, right? It gets close. The Bucks aren't in a position to make a decision in chaos because this is such a big decision. As we said, it's going to shape the future of the franchise over the next 10 to 20 years. Legitimately, this is a monumental time for the Milwaukee Bucks. That if I'm doing this right now, yeah, I'm getting offers and they're probably not as good as I want. I'm counter-offering just to see what everyone's looking at. And I know that there's an aspect of Giannis could be a year and a half with the team and then sign a contract. But also what can happen is the playoffs roll around and teams that think they're a Giannis away, there may be more teams that think they're a Giannis away. A team makes a run and more teams enter the conversation in the summer. And the lottery happens. The Bucks tank. Do the rigged lottery gods give them an opportunity to get a top 3 pick? That, as Kyle said, and I agree, you really can't screw up this year. Then are you able to trade with somebody who has a pick that is also in there from a swap standpoint? When there's just so many more options from if you're looking at the future of your franchise standpoint that I don't see them trading him in this deadline period.
Yeah, I'm right there with you when it comes to trading Giannis. And based off what we saw, some reports coming out, if they're not going to get, if they're not going to get what they can, I'm sorry. Brad is looking like
what's happening?
Apparently, Kyle farted.
Wait, what? How would you know that?
Because I can smell it.
Can you?
Yes.
You a lie.
Yes, I can. It's whiffing. It's okay. I fart all the time here.
Did you smell it and bring it up to Strofe?
Bro, that is rotten.
Don't Strofe.
What is that,
there
man?
There must be a draft toward Ben. I don't smell anything.
I said Strofe. I said I'll let one rip and it stinks. So I've been eating a lot of cheese lately.
I'm trying to sniff.
Right, you don't want to.
You don't want to.
Yeah, it smells very bad. But anyway,
there must be a draft.
You've been eating a lot of cheese.
Yeah, I'm lactose intolerant. I shouldn't be.
Why
eating
do you
that.
eat cheese if you're lactose intolerant?
Because
they have pills for that.
Yeah, give me some. But anyways, getting back to Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks, based off what the trade offers are, the reason why I said 0% is the Bucks are going to be patient with this. They're not in a rush with this. What is the rush to get rid of Giannis? If it's not going to benefit,
the rush to rush that fart out, man.
Well, I've been holding it in for a while. And if the Bucks aren't going to get anything for Giannis that they feel like if they're not going to get something of value for Giannis, you gotta wait, right? It's all about getting the most value you can for Giannis. And if the Bucks aren't going to get what they absolutely deserve for Giannis,
did you just joke in the middle of that sentence?
Well, I put my shirt back down out of my nose to smell the air, and it was still bad.
Stop it. Oh, stop.
Bro, I see you sweating over there about how stanky that fart is.
I ain't sweating about it. It's humans. All humans do it, man. Babies do it. Y'all around
babies all the time. It really is saying something, though, that you got in Stroph's ear. Concerned about the fabric of the show because it stunk so bad.
Yeah, it came up pretty fast between my legs and my nostrils. And so I just wanted to say, that
is a disturbing comment.
I mean, that's what happens. I'm a human
my
being.
legs to my nostrils.
Coming up next, Kyle Wallace and Chef Ed have a debate.
Where's Chef Ed? Where is he?
He's lost. Next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Let them know the dread-headed brother loves the Green Bay Packers. When you see me, Goody, let me in the box.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Well, we still have the problems on 94 eastbound just before Calhoun. We've got the right shoulder blocked now with this crash. Emergency crews are still on the scene, so just be careful, but they have reopened all the lanes. We do have delays, though, all the way back from Highway F to Calhoun. More delays then from just before 76th Street past 68th. We've got an issue with 43 northbound right about at Locust. The left lane is blocked with some debris. Squads there. Hopefully they'll be able to get that out of there soon. Delays are coming in from before North Avenue. The southbound side is slowing from Locust down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. Traffic is brought to you by Glenroy, now hiring. As the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, a few clouds with a low of 9 above. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 25. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Kessler's gives you diamond choices that no one else can give you.
We have all the colors and clarities and carat weights of diamonds that come from diamond mines.
And we also have diamonds that come from plasma chambers, newborn created diamonds.
Is it time to buy an engagement ring?
Or a big anniversary diamond?
Tell them what an anniversary diamond is, Monica.
An anniversary diamond can be twice as big as the one in her engagement ring.
Why twice as big?
Every diamond makes a statement.
Okay.
The anniversary diamond says, I love you twice as much today as the day I married you.
Now tell them about our miraculous no small print warranty.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed.
It's just that simple.
And all maintenance is free forever.
No charge.
Yes, it really is that miraculous.
You found a partner you want to share your life with.
When you're ready to celebrate.
We've got a diamond for that.
Find the Kesslers nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
There's never been a better time to experience Pella in person and get all your questions answered. Join us at the Neary Spring Home Improvement Show, February 13th through the 15th at Wisconsin State Fair Park. Book your in-home consultation at the show and receive a free DesignWorks rendering. Rest easy with Pella's 10-year limited warranty and get 0% interest for up to 48 months. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
You've already put in the work. Now there's a way to make it count towards your degree. At Lakeland University, your work and life experience can earn you college credit, helping you finish faster, saving time and money. With flexible evening and online classes, plus multiple start dates, Lakeland fits your life. Study 100% online at one of our 6 locations across Wisconsin or on our residential campus in Sheboygan County. Customize your degree to fit your life, your goals, your future, without missing the moments that matter, at work or at home. Your experience matters here. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's 4 walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The biggest football game of the year is happening on Sunday, and where are you watching the game? You don't have a spot. It better be Potawatomi Casino Hotel, because they have tons of places to watch the big game. 1100 Bar and Lounge, Rock and Brews Restaurant, or Small Bar. Get a ticket to the tailgate party at the Annex next to Potawatomi Sportsbook. Reserve premium seating inside the Sportsbook. Reservations are available right now, so get to Potawatomi.com. Food and drink specials, including $20 pitchers and $10 off the 100-ounce beer tube. They always create so much fun at Potawatomi Sportsbook. Check it out. What a shame.
What do you mean, what a shame? What's a shame?
On the Carbless Talking text line.
Oh, no, what happened?
Chef Ed said, I'm not coming down there.
Oh,
no,
Chef Ed.
No, who saw that coming? Oh, come on. I really wanted to see him and hug it out. I'm sure that he put the shoes on the wrong foot. He probably tried to walk out and tripped and fell and bumped his head like Humpty Dumpty. Dang, Chef Ed, I really wanted to see you, man. Maybe next time. Stay warm, friend. Stay
let's
warm.
hit the wheel of Stroh.
Put the pants on.
It's time for the
Wheel of Stroh.
He said he showers every day. He showers every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you say? What do you say?
I let my temper get out of hand, but Kyle,
yes, sir.
I'm only 65, not 70.
Oh, wow.
And I shower every day. I love that, like, he had to qualify that.
Wait a minute, time on. Wait a minute. Chef Ed acts like he saw the Packers when he was younger. Chef Ed, if you're only 65, you were born in the 60s.
You only know Packers, great Lombardi. I guess there was a lull in the 70s and 80s, but...
Yeah, what? Wait, or is he born, 19... Yeah, like
60. 1960
yeah,
65.
So, I mean, Chef Ed, like, come on, like, the Packers, you were a child. The way he be talking is like he saw it all back in his day.
In the words of Rodney King, he ends, can't we all just get along?
Chef Ed,
apologize.
I have nothing to apologize for. He needs to apologize to me. I wasn't rude and disrespectful to him.
I still haven't heard an
You
apology.
just told him to put on Depends moments
I
ago.
thought he was 75, not 65.
All right.
You 65?
A rough 65. But I love me some Chef Ed.
But I got nothing to apologize for.
He was disrespectful last week. He went as far as talking about, he told me I was doing something with Craig Carmerson, the only reason I got a job.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, I know,
Chef
right?
I forgot about that one.
Yeah,
that didn't happen.
that was disrespectful.
How off is he there?
Wheel of Stroh.
Okay. It's red.
Push-ups.
Oh, there you go. Push-ups.
So my shoulder was still messed
Dude,
up.
I've been looking you at all show. You keep moving your shoulder.
you mess up your shoulder?
So remember when we were playing baseball, and
I wasn't there, but yes.
Oh, well,
You've
we were
been
playing
complaining
baseball,
about it for a year now.
And I was throwing him, like, my first 8 throws were fine, and then my shoulder started falling apart. My shoulder has still been messed up since then.
No way.
I might need to file a workman's compensation, Brad.
You should, Kyle.
Oh, okay.
That's what it's there for.
Should. I see what Craig says about that.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd be more than willing to do this and keep on making it worse by doing push-ups right now while you're on the clock. Really put the camera on it.
Strove's out of breath from 10 push-ups.
Yeah, he didn't even do 10.
Yes, I did. I did
All right, here we go.
Wheel
of
It doesn't
Stroh.
spin very much. It might land on red again.
That is a terrible wheel.
Yeah, this wheel
I
is
told him
terrible.
to take it back.
Take it back.
Kyle selected it. I didn't.
I
I had
gave
no
2
supervision of
options,
this.
and
Did you read the reviews before you hit purchase?
I gave them 2 options. I was just being quick with it because I didn't want to spend too much money, but we should have got $27.
I had no supervision over this. Not my fault. Hey, Mike LaFleur officially introduced in Arizona as the Cardinals head coach, and Matt LaFleur was there to support his little brother. Wow. Here's what the Packers head coach said to reporters.
If I had walked in the house in Mount Pleasant and said one of you is going to be the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals, one would be the coach of the Green Bay Packers, you would have said what? I would say you're full of shit.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. We all, like, if you love your family, like, seeing success at that ultimate level is a really cool thing. That being said, his brother has the worst haircut of all 32 NFL coaches.
The worst. Not true.
Mike LaFleur's haircut is horrible.
It's bad.
It's really
audio
really
courtesy,
bad.
by the way, of CBS 5 in Arizona.
I mean, them coming from Mount Pleasant. That's where I went to grad school at. That's a big come up. That's like coming from the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin.
That's where he was a grad assistant at, isn't
he was a graduate assistant.
I need you to
Robert
look up the
Sala.
haircut.
I will.
It's not great.
Mike LaFleur.
How could Matt LaFleur look as good as he does? Whatever criticisms you has as a coach, he's a handsome dude.
He looks good.
He grew, he takes advantage of the
He looks a little better than his
barber.
brother.
It looks like the type of thing you would give out of like a punishment. That's what Mike LaFleur has.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, okay. I've seen that before in a Subaru.
His haircut? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very well put. Very, very, very well put, Kyle.
Have you guys ever seen Shane Steichen's hair?
I don't care.
No.
The point is no, because he only wears a hat, and that's telling you something.
But that's a smart man.
He's got a picture from a couple years ago.
Did Tiger Woods have good hair?
I can
for a little bit.
I can try to show this on YouTube. This is from a few years back of Shane Steichen.
Okay.
Look at that forehead.
I still think Mike LaFleur's is worse.
Yeah,
100%.
Matt
can't be. Matt, help your brother.
Mike,
Matt
really
has to help
spiky,
his brother
isn't it?
have an NFL glow up.
Isn't it just spiky?
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. You shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But I don't know if Mike's gonna find success. I don't know if I'm taking this serious.
You look at that guy.
Jonathan Gannon is he's a good looking dude, and that's who they just fired.
I'm telling you, if you're an NFL player and you look at Mike LaFleur and you see his brother Matt, you look at this guy. What?
Yeah.
Brothers? Look how ugly this guy is compared to his brother.
It's like the discount version.
It's the Walmart version.
It is.
Oh, that's disrespectful.
It's the Walmart version of Matt LaFleur.
I mean, he needs to Matt LaFleur, when he first got here, his hair wasn't whipped and dipped like that. He got better.
Jason says it's worse than Strove's haircut recently.
If Matt LaFleur was a good older brother, he would semi-bully his younger brother
100%
into saying,
has.
dude, you cannot be a LaFleur and have your hair look like this. You're ruining our vibe.
Yeah.
Wheel of Strove.
Interesting indeed. Here we go. Wheel. Oh, how about blue for the NFC versus the AFC? It's the night of the Pro Bowl game.
And the crowd goes wild.
Over under a half-minute watch for all four of us combined.
Count me down for a 0. I'm under. I don't think any of us are watching that.
I usually toss it on, see if there's something that entertains me. It will always let me down, but my curiosity will bring me there, and I will leave.
It's free money nowadays. Like, for real, you get free money to be in the Pro Bowl. It's just being named and doing
They're not asked to do
Did
much.
you see Justin Fields declined an invite? That came out last night.
Yeah,
That's absurd.
Wait.
Right, but I think that's why Shador and Flacco got in as the AFC quarterbacks.
Yeah, and they all get checks. Why would you
They're
decline?
not huge checks, but they're checks for these guys.
100,000? What is it?
I think it was like, I don't know what it was. I think when JJ took me, I think it was like 15 and 30. 15 for everybody. The winner gets 30. It wasn't much.
Oh, that's chump change.
Final score last year was 76-63. Just for the record, it's high score.
It's $96,000 for the winners and $48,000 for the losers.
The NFL has really taken off since my day.
Dude, the salary cap is gone up
basically double.
So your math is mathing in terms of them getting more.
Wow. Crazy.
Dog,
These lucky guys.
If they call you, you turning out $48,000 just to play tag or whatever it is to play dodgeball? Are you kidding me?
It's like going to gym class to make $96,000.
A free vacation.
Free vacation, family, all, and they treat players very well.
Oh my
very
gosh! I know who they need to listen. Y'all need any special teams players? I know a guy who will say yes for sure because his cousin gonna say, "Yeah, boy, you better say yes."
Will.
Love that you think your cousin, who was signed to the 53-man roster the last 3 games of the season, is going to potentially get called.
Oh, not this year.
Oh,
You
in the
think-
future.
My friend Nick Ballore, he was in the Pro
he
Bowl.
will invite you to the Pro Bowl?
If I told him,
Pay your
cuz,
way?
if I said, cuz, I want to go to the Pro Bowl, oh, JJ didn't pay your way?
He did, but like I played with JJ.
Oh.
And he took one person. Or
Oh,
like
I
our
thought you
family.
the NFL doesn't take care of it?
No. JJ paid
well,
for it.
I'll pay my own way.
No,
Oh,
no.
I was gonna say,
yeah,
well,
it's
you
in
think you're going to
Orlando.
go to the Super Bowl?
Dude, Orlando's
Like,
It's cheap
Tour-
to fly into.
tourist money,
It
though.
is cheap to fly into.
Right now, it's cheap to fly. I can fly to Orlando. Yeah, Brad. Yes, I would. Yes, I would go to the Super Bowl. I don't know why it's if
I would pay.
I don't think you're in the top 15.
Brad.
I don't.
I now have my future 10-year can't wait for this to happen vision
of what?
Kyle and all the little Wallaces running around with his soon-to-be wife.
The beautiful picture.
They're going to love Disney, and they're going to go to Disney World, and Kyle is going to die at the prices.
So I was told Disney is cheaper in a different country. So it may be cheaper for us to go to Disney somewhere else. I'd be
Disney
damned if I'm
Paris?
paying $100. Yeah, we might be wee.
That means you're taking international flights.
Yeah,
which are also
I read something on the internet that said it's probably cheaper to go over there than it is to go to Disney.
You're going to deprive your children the experience of real Disney.
How much do you think it is for a one ticket to
I heard
Disney?
it's like $100 or something like that. Wait.
Try like double that.
Are you kidding me? For a
I
child?
think it's at least $175. I think.
Dude,
I do have a plug down in-
lunch for 4 people is going to be $150.
So I went to downtown Disney a couple of years ago with baby girl, and it wasn't. I mean, that's free.
That's not admission to the park. I don't think.
Well,
Downtown Disney. That's
I
just
do.
a street to.
I do know a
restaurant.
guy that works at Disney, so I'm definitely gonna see what he can do for me. He's a
Jeez,
Disney
man,
into the
you'll
tunnels?
work every
He's a
angle
Disney
possible.
lifer. Hell yeah! I'm not trying to spend the money like that. If I got a deal, I got a deal.
Not to mention all the people there. Woof. Kyle, I wish we could do like a drone on you, experiencing Disney.
So I remember I went to Disney as a kid, right? And it was when they first did the Fast Pass, and it was broken. And my parents paid for the Fast Pass, and you're only supposed to get like a couple rides. Oh, it was broken. We were getting every single ride. It's like 1998, every single ride. Fast
Living
Pass,
good.
skipping the line. Felt like a king.
I actually played in Orlando my freshman year, and they closed the park for us to ride as many rides as we wanted. So I felt like a king.
Wait a minute. They closed it for like 20 people?
There was like 8 teams, and
it was
like
all the teams.
at night whenever. So we went after hours.
Must have been
and-
like a Monday or a Tuesday.
No, it's Thanksgiving tournament. We played on Thanksgiving.
Oh, people don't go during that time, probably. Or do
I
they?
absolutely disagree.
I don't know.
People go to Florida
like it'd
all
be
the
pretty
time.
Oh, I have no.
popular.
I don't know. I just know if you go to Florida, don't go during July.
Thank you for that advice.
Bro.
Is Professor Big Daddy J.A. John Anderson joining us?
As far as I'm aware.
All right, John Anderson of ESPN. I wonder if he's still as angry about the Bears-Packers loss. He's an ornery fella sometimes. Next.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman.
Dick Van Dyke, real quick on the cha-cha slide ACL, says she was carried out by all 5 of us. 5 people?
That's a big girl. Big girl. Yeah, that's a big girl who did cha-cha.
Stop it, Kyle.
What you mean? 5 of them had to carry out a big girl. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Break down all the lines, the locks, and the long shots with a weekly wager.
Like, yes, we know you made it this far, but you lost the way we told you have to stop losing.
With Josh DiMaggio and Ben Brust.
You were a better team, you had a big lead, and then you did what we saw you do 3 weeks previous?
Tune in Wednesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
St. Anne's Center for Intergenerational Care switched from a previous vendor to business technology from James Imaging Systems. Why? CFO Sally Parente.
The service, the value, and the ease with which we can just keep using their service and not having any big headaches. It's not just all about the money. We're getting value here as well.
Robert Prang, CIO at Tri-City National Bank, likes the fact that James Imaging is local.
So being able to work with a local company like James that has that flexibility with their staff and being able to deliver for us has given us the ability to make the right decisions for our organization.
And Junior Achievement of Wisconsin VP of Enterprise Services, Lori Salzman, had this advice for others.
If anybody is looking for a good partner that is there to help find solutions, call James Imaging.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Visit jamesimaging.com.
Brewers mini ticket plans for the 2026 season are available now with 6-game, 12-game, and build-your-own plan options. You can pick or build the best plan for your schedule, whether you're gearing up for tailgates under the sun, the thrill of the home runs, or the eruptions of walk-off wins. Brewers mini plans have you covered for the 2026 season with specially discounted ticket rates and more exclusive perks in each plan. Check out all the mini plan options available for 2026 now at brewers.com/ticket plans.
It doesn't get any headlines just to be silently good. Big Fish Contracting, we say renovating homes, redeeming an industry.
It's so much more than just, okay, we're replacing your roof.
We're not only educating homeowners, but we're getting to know them and allowing them an opportunity to get to know us. And there's just such beauty in it, you know? If anyone is considering reaching out to us,
Or you can check us out on our website, bigfishcontracting.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Ben Brust here for the Princely Club. If you're looking for your better tomorrow, you know where to go. It's the Princely Club. If you're looking to grow, it's also the Princely Club because they will cheer for you in all areas of your life. The best way to do that is to start a foundation of having a healthy body, and your growth will start from there. With the cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin, they provide everything for you to reach your goals. Start your better tomorrow today and grow in all areas of your life at the Princely Club. Join for a better tomorrow.
People say buying a home in winter is tough.
But fewer buyers means less competition, and motivated sellers can mean better opportunities.
This is Tony Windhorst with Tony Windhorst and Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
And I'm Lindsay Bendler. When the perfect home appears, our team at Tony Windhorst and Associates helps you move fast, even during the snow.
Start your home journey today with our white glove service by simply searching online Tony Windhorst.
A real estate team that always leads with faith and gratitude.
Tony Windhorst and Associates.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Wrapping up Kyle, Brust, and Nortman before the Homer Hour with John Anderson, Professor Big Daddy, J.A., teaching the youth now at the University of Missouri. Homer thinks that if Bill Gates gave his money to Jimmy Haslam, Bill Gates would go broke. Is that fair, Homer?
Yes, I want to be on record that it's over.
The Bucks?
As long as Haslam controls his partnership, and this is not based on opinion, this is on his time with the Cleveland Browns.
What's his record?
In 14 years, 78, 150, and 1.
Wow.
Now, I do have to check the Browns before, but
fair.
Jimmy Haslam is one of the worst owners in the history of sports.
Almost double the amount of losses to wins.
John Anderson, welcome into this warm welcome.
Sorry.
No, I wanted
That's right.
you to share that.
And isn't he a crook, too? Like, didn't he have to give back a ton of money?
Are you talking about the FBI?
Yeah, he tried to scheme a scam.
I don't want anybody to think I'm influenced by his life other than as a professional sports owner.
That's fair to be on the record as well.
Yeah,
I believe the professor is accurate.
John, we're about a month out of this whole Bears-Packers thing. Anything changed in your mind?
No, nothing's changed. Everything, in fact, seems to be exactly the same. They have still lost. They still lost 2 games that seem impossible to lose and cannot happen. He is still the coach. all the key figures are in place. So nothing is, near as I can tell, nothing's happened other than the Seahawks and the Patriots will play for the Super Bowl.
Well, they got a new coordinator.
What are you going to do for 18 weeks until the playoffs then?
I'm not going to do anything until January. Yeah, when hopefully they get back in January. We'll see. But it's, that's I'm like Bill Parcells. I am on to when do the Brewers in Cleveland on February 21st.
Powerful. Powerful.
That's what I'm on to next.
John,
wait for
Goody press conference tomorrow. Rare opportunity to hear him speak. What do you want to hear most from Brian Gutekunst? Maybe give you a little bit of optimism going into the offseason.
Excuse me.
On the state of the Packers.
Excuse me. There's only one question. How long is your extension? I'm leaving.
Ow. Okay, there's Homer's answer.
I don't know that I hear anything. I'd like to see some actually public penance. I don't know if you can. Actually, Yeah. I would like to apologize personally to each and every one of you that own a share of Packers stock for what's happening. What are you going to say about that? Like, there's nothing to defend. I don't know that I'm going to say anything that is going to make me.
Well, John, I really do believe that this team with Micah Parsons was primed to make a run.
That's what we keep saying.
No, I'm being Goody in the press conference.
Yep. Yeah. Well, when the injuries happen, right, where it's like we can't worry about injuries. We got to play with who we have. We got to step up. Those guys got to play, and we got to go forward. And then the season's over, and you don't do well. Then it's like, well, we had a lot of injuries, right? Like they're either a thing or they're not a thing, but you don't get to play both sides of them.
John, when it comes to the Bucks and Giannis, do you think the Bucks need to move on from Giannis before or after the deadline?
So I have always been, if you remember, like I've always said, listen, I don't want to trade the guy. He should be here, and if it means losing him for nothing, and most time when you trade superstars, you get nothing anyway. You get, a bunch of spare parts. But I'm like, let's let him make that decision. I want to keep him. I want him to make it his decision if he wants to walk away, and not in a bad way. I just am like, if he's done and he's served his time and he has been great and MVP and brought a championship, he deserves to win. But now I feel like we're torturing the guy by making him play on this team. So if that's the case, go ahead. I guess we need to, we should do him the favor.
No, John. So wait a minute. Do him a favor and then go back and be sucking for 20 to 30, 40, 50 years?
What I'm worried about is that Horst is going to go, maybe if I Giannis for Harden straight up, and Doc's going to go, I think I can win with Kuzma and Harden. And that might come back all 2030s. So I'm willing to, like if he goes, his salary goes with him. I don't have to trade anything off, because you got to make, that's part of the thing. You got to make the salaries match. And then who do we get? And we're like that. We took on the salary just so we can waive them. Like, I don't know. For the longest time, I was. Just let him play out the contract. It's great. We all move on. We shake hands. You've been awesome. Have a nice time. We'll figure out a way to do it. Now, what are we going to do? Okay, we'll get some bad contracts, some players that can't play, and 4 first-round draft picks.
They all can't play anyway.
Will mean nothing. So I'm willing to, but I do feel that was my thought. Then watching how poorly they play, how bad it is, I feel like the guy, like we're hurting the guy. Like maybe we should send him somewhere he wants to go on his own. But it is. I said to somebody the other day, like this team, I can't believe it was 21 that they won the championship because it feels like they disintegrated in an instant, and they did it all without bringing in Anthony Mason, which is staggering.
Wait. What are your memories?
That was awesome.
What was your memories of the Ray Allen trade when the Bucks traded Ray Allen along with a first-round pick for Gary Payton for half a season and Derek Mason? And we talking about
that was such a crazy trade.
This trade.
Yeah, I don't know that I remember a bunch of how it was when they, when they should.
George Karl got rid of Ray Allen because he was convinced that Ray was trying to get him fired. George Karl's nickname for Ray Allen at that time was Judas.
Well, is that real?
Yeah,
Fact.
I'm down with somebody that's crazy. You've played a long time here and you've served us well. Then I'm not going to get down on anybody, or feel bad. And if they need to go somewhere else, that's fine. Yeah, I do think There a long time. When George worked for us, we didn't talk a lot because I think he ruined my team, and it took a while to get over that too.
He did ruin our team. I remember the kid sitting there being at the trade deadline, like, wait, what?
I just wish the FBI. I wish Doc had played in a poker game that the FBI was aware of.
Dang.
Well, there's a lot of files going around the FBI right now. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying. John, we appreciate the time. Look forward to hearing you on my drive home with Homer. It's the Homer Hour with John Anderson in 2 minutes.
KBN's the show that never ends.
Seeing delays right now for sure on eastbound 94 from Highway